Heavensward, we'll see when. I don't know how long it is. I have no idea. Whenever that finishes, we'll see what the time is. I just need a couple of hours break in order to get some shit done before I have to go out tonight. That's it. So at some point, I need to take a couple of hours break just to crack out some shit and get that done. That's about it. So we'll play the day as here. That's literally my game plan. Is I have one main objective I would like to meet today, and that is to finish up Heavensward because I don't know what's going to happen. I genuinely don't know where we're at. They've just sort of started this Ida sus. We cured the Urianger sus. And now we've got Ida sus over in Little Alamigo. So whether we're going to be focused on that or I somewhat suspect... it's because of A Realm Reborn, right? A Realm Reborn really threw me for a loop because instead of the nice tidy ending which I ordinarily expect from the end of an expansion or the end of a game, they just like broke everything and we're like, yep. I can't imagine how much of a cock tease that was at the time. If you were playing A Realm Reborn at the actual day it was happening, you know, you were playing it at the real time, then all that happened and then you had to wait for Heavensward and you were like, what the fuck, man? What the fuck? Really? Really? You just gotta leave me there? You just gotta leave me hanging? You gotta leave me dangling with all this going on? I don't know. I don't know. So I have no idea what they're gonna, whether they learned from that or whether they changed their minds on that kind of approach for Heavensward, and I'm really interested. I'm genuinely really interested. It gets you hyped? Yeah, because I imagine, and I'm sad I missed out on it, right? I'm genuinely sad I missed out on it. The level of discussion that must have been going on in the community after the ending of A Realm Reborn must have been just extraordinary. The amount of conversations, the amount of build-up, the amount of theories, all that stuff happening must have been just absolutely bonkers. Absolutely bonkers. And I can imagine the community was on tenterhooks waiting to get some resolution. And then the irony is that they didn't resolve a lot of it until really late into Heavensward. They just left it out there. Oh, you've waited however long it was. And now it's here, and we're still not going to satisfy that itch. We're not going to let you scratch it, man. We're not going to let you scratch it at all. That's how you do it right? There's a big difference between I can't wait for the next one to come to get all these resolutions and see what happens and enjoy it and play around with it, as well as new features, new raids, new dungeons, new mods, new house things. Versus, let's be real, please God let the next expansion come so this one can be over. Right? That's a world of difference. Is I can't wait for it to be here to see what's going on. Versus somebody put a fucking shotgun, take this one out back and put a shotgun in it and see what's going on. I did get annoyed for a bit. I bet you did, man. I bet. But how are we going to stop him from rewriting the rules? I don't know. Apparently we're going to learn a new language. Education is the victory. Education is the victory. Mr. Zorb, thank you for 5 gifted subs. Derper, thank you for the prime. Reels, what's up, brother? Almost 4 years, indeed, brother. So, Tulia, thank you for the 16. Mr. Steelman, Mr. Mephisto, it's Shaker. And I get to see Ghostbusters on Sunday as well, which I'm very excited about. I have a full day with my kids on Sunday, so I've got a very exciting weekend. Although I'm memeing, I am looking forward to going out tonight. It should be a lot of fun. I think we'll have fun. Overall, the payoffs was worth? Yeah, absolutely. I actually consider myself very fortunate that I just got to go straight into the next part. You know, there's something to be said for that. It kind of makes me want to try ESO a little bit. Because you can just, you know, if you come back to all the MMOs that have been out for as long as this, you get to just go for it and enjoy it and stuff like that. They pushed Ghostbusters to next Thursday? Why? Just in Israel? I mean, I've got my tickets booked. Emma booked us. I'm watching it in 4DX, so I'm going to be, like, thrown around and battered and all that. I'd like to go back to EVE. Honestly, we spent 1 day in EVE, and that game super had me intrigued as to the levels that go to. I would like a few more days in EVE, for sure. Oh, you bought it last week? Oh, that's nightmare. Nightmare. That's really sucks. Yeah, ESO has had massive changes. Like, I know a lot of people know this, but when Elder Scrolls was coming out, they were very adamant about me trying it out and getting some opinions. And I agreed. I was like, sure, I'll check it out. But the launch of ESO was not good, and I messaged them saying any content I make on this is not going to be good because it's undercooked right now. Like, it's not where it needs to be. So I just won't until you've done some work on it, because I was in the beta and stuff. And they were fine with that. They were like, that's fair. Okay, no problem. No hard feelings. But since then, it's had a lot of changes to it. Yeah, the ESO launch was terrible. So I did the same with WildStar. WildStar were, as you can imagine, these companies reach out to prominent MMO creators. And they were like, oh, please try WildStar. I was like, this game's fine. It's just, it feels too much of a WoW clone to me. And honestly, I just cannot be arsed leveling. You guys know I hate leveling. I hate leveling in MMOs. Like, leveling could be gone for me. I would be fine. I would be fine if leveling was gone. If we had just different, even if it was just story modes to go through it, but I would be totally fine with leveling, being drastically reduced, let's put it that way. At least in the FF, leveling is irrelevant. Like, massively irrelevant. At least now, anyway. Rushing to level cap was always the most boring shit I ever did in, like, a WoW launch or something like that. Leveling was fine a long time ago. It just, there's better ways of doing it now. I think you should just make the levels somewhat irrelevant. Will you stop slapping me in the face? What are you doing? I know that's you, Ezekiel. I know that's you. Yeah, we're going to make a character to the NA service. We talked about this for housing competitions, because we can't get the... I can't see North American housing competitions. And we've seen some feedback. It's like the North Americans would really like us to come and check out what they're doing over there. So we have talked about it. We'll figure that out. We'll figure that out as time goes by, I think. I'm not hugging him. He's too close to me, man. That's too close, man. Personal space, brother. You're too close, man. You're way too close. Okay? Hug the good boy. No. No, I don't want to. I don't want to. Do I need the data center so you can see Asmon? What? No. You can see anybody anyway, right? You can move between data centers and stuff. Give him a pet. What? How many people have joined the guild recently? This room is becoming busier. I feel like we're going to hit the point where members of the free company can't get into the house anymore. Am I wrong? I feel like we're getting to the point where it's too full. People can't get into the free company house anymore. It's very full. Yeah. It does feel like it's getting to that point. There's a lot of people turning up. Well, we could do both data centers. Oh, the Japanese data center. Ooh. I'm not sure how we do with getting entries over there. That would be a bit difficult. Alright, let's do our cat pot before we kick off with the MSQ. That would be good. It's the cat pot arena. Gotta get those points, man. By the time I get to Endwalker, we'll have enough points. That's just a fact. That's just a hot fact. Well, it depends what the gate is. If it's Leap of Faith, not a chance. Not a chance. It's too frustrating first thing in the morning, dude. It's way too frustrating. I don't need that in my life to start the day. Alright. Bring it home. Okay. A chance? Okay. Apparently not. Alright. Fine. Oh, this is scuff. Well, this is just generally bad. Okay, fine. I would hope for more. Go on, last one. Give me something juicy. Alright, 1, 2, 3. Right here. Easy. Fuck you, man. Every time. Every goddamn time. The next gate is Leap of Faith. It's too painful to start the day that way. What's your mug, Raven? You're like a peacock. That's quite, elaborate. That's quite an elaborate setup you've got there. I'm not doing Leap of Faith. No. We're not doing Leap of Faith. Let's get our mail and let's get cracking. I don't know how long this patch is going to be, so I'm not being in the situation where I can't finish That would be the worst. Oh, we filled the hard drive. We filled 8 terabytes of streaming in 2 weeks. Get us, guys. We have done a lot of streaming recently. But you guys have made it super fun. For the next Wub Wubs, what's this? More cocaine. Okay, stop giving me cocaine, man. Stop it. Just stop giving me more cocaine. There is still room in your free company room for a giraffe. Okay. Yeah, I'm down. How big is this? How big is it? Okay, I need to see how big this thing is. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. Oh, you stay there. You tie the whole room together. Oh, everything's so big. Okay. Oh, I just realised the bunk beds aren't square. Shit. I can make this work. It's so big. Don't quote that. Okay. At least we still have No. Okay. No. Come here. You're in charge of making sure that the giraffe doesn't eat any of the food. Perfect. Okay, it's getting very full in here. Excuse me. Getting very full. Yeah. I kind of wish I could lower his head and we could have him eating the muck. Futon orientation is wrong. No, it's fine. This bed's not right, which I've only just noticed now. And part of it is in the wall. The couch needs to go. This is now getting... This is too much. Oh, is this an actual mat? Oh, it is. Alright, that's the welcome mat. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. I think it's pretty majestic, actually. It looks like an adventurer's room. That's how I would describe it. It looks like an adventurer's place to hang out. You know? I'm not sure how this fits into the inevitable courtroom. I literally don't think any of this furniture is useful for the inevitable courtroom that's going to be in here. This looks like a foreign worker camp to you? I mean... I don't know about that. I think you might be looking at slightly better conditions you would get in that kind of situation. This one has a shower. The jury can sit in the spa. At least we have cake. That's got to count for something.
That giraffe is big.
At least it has cake. Right? That's not a kangaroo. Did you finish the upstairs, by the way? Oh, it's downstairs, wasn't it? Did you get time to mess around with it? Or is it still undergoing some works? Oh, it's locked! Oh, they've locked it! Interesting. Closed for renovation. Elandra's closed it for renovation. Interesting. Yeah, closed for renovations, man. Is upstairs closed? No, upstairs is still open. We still have the bizarre play pit. Closed for renovation. What are you planning down here? Is Elandra here? I'm kind of curious. What does Elandra have planned for downstairs? They've locked it. It was a bizarre meth lab. Yeah, it was dangerous down there. It was very dangerous. What is this thing? What does this do? Oh, you can just turn it on and off. Okay. That's fair. Okay. Oh, there's more mail, dude. Please, I beg of you. I can't put any more things in that room. It's a lamp. I think I can get a lamp in. No more, though. No more. No more. There's no more room. There's just no more room. And I'm going to have to take all of this stuff out of here when I actually want to decorate it. Alright. The only place it can go is here, I think. You son of a bitch, man. You absolute arsehole. What the fuck am I supposed to do with this? Oh, hang on. It actually kind of works with the shower motif. It actually kind of works. If I could, yeah, that kind of fucking works. Rescued it or what? Oh, you can turn it on? Elephants love playing in showers. I've seen that so many times. Elephants love playing in showers. That's actually a big... I actually made it work. Haha, fuck you, man. You thought you had me bamboozled. You thought you had me bamboozled. Not this guy. Not this guy. Gamer brain kicked in. Go see my room. It has new lamps. No, your room is always creepy. No. I'm not going to check you every time you have a new lamp. No. Right, we're going. We're going. We're going. We have tidings from Gurabania. You understand? We have tidings. There are tidings that have arrived. Tidings. You made a bar. I'll be here all day every time you guys install something new. We'll do reasonable updates. Okay? That's the... I'm not sure what that is, actually. Is it Gunbreaker, it's called? I'm leveling a healer. I'm already level 48. What do you mean? Explain that to me. You made a new character that's a healer? Or are you just leveling the job? Do you mean you're at the 48 job quest? Machinist. That's called the Machinist. Yeah, yeah. Oh, that's what Kenny was playing. Kenny was doing Machinist. You swap job, you're leveling White Mage. Right, but do you mean you're up to that level of job quest? Because all I assumed you did, I've not tried rolling a different job, so I'm uneducated on this, is you chose a new, you basically got a new soul crystal, right? And you have to do the job quests, but your character's level still stays the same. New weapon. Okay, so we should try that. We should try it out so I understand it fully. So is the soul crystal unique or whatever goes in this slot? See, I thought this was the slot that determined your job. Because this is obviously Soul of the Black Mage. Yeah, I get you have to redo your hotbars, that's fine. Click on classes and jobs. Okay. Ha! I've done nothing. I've done absolutely nothing. Oh, I see. Okay. So the soul crystals are for magical and range DPS. So I have a black mage soul crystal. I would get an arcanist, a red mage, and a blue mage soul crystal. But if I wanted to swap over to, say, melee or something, I would just get a different weapon. No? Every class gets a soul crystal. Alright, well, what we'll do is we'll do that. We'll spend some time doing that at some point so I can experience it. I think that's the best solution. Alex, do you have anything for me? Oh, is this Extreme Nidhogg? Greetings, Floor. I am ever glad to see you pass through the 7th heaven with purposeful stride. Although one of my more persistent patrons will be gladder still. I have been requested to direct you to his presence at your earliest convenience. If you have a moment to spare from saving the realm, pray rescue my establishment from the piteous mewling of a sorry-starved minstrel. Okay. Oh god, do I have to sing? Floor, I have subsisted on the scraps of travellers, all but wasting away whilst I await the full repast that only you can provide. They say you brought an end to 1,000 years of war, that the great worm Nidhogg shall no more darken the skies of Ishgard. But the dragon's song must have a final verse, I beg of you. Feed me every morsel. I shall devour every sight, every sound, every blow that you landed upon his scaly hide.
Can't wait for SB stuff.
There his eyes in an abyss. Found him, no. What glorious fare! Brother set against brother, a fallen companion saved. I am revived and restored, and my fingers ache to strum the score. Eternal is a dragon's woe, and ceasing doth his anguish flow. Yet for the walls of Ishgard high, Gainst blood did her Elsfagara lie. Eternal is a dragon's rage, dread Nidhogg's wrath did span an age. Yet by his hated brother's eye, did light quell shade and vengeance die. We jamming. We jamming. I say you, does your blood not quicken at the tale's retelling? One might accuse the language of being overly flowery, but epic deeds demand epic depictions. Do you not agree? So does that give us extreme Nidhogg? Because that fight actually has my balls churning a little bit. Yeah, buddy. Oh, okay. Because that fight was just so cool. This is an Alexander one. A wondrous tale is on the lips of every adventurer in this tavern, the details of which even I scarce believe. They say that within the rusting relic from straddles the Thaliak, the hero met with a company of warriors wrought from solid steel. Killed a robot. Ha! I rather thought it might be you. And you say you cross swords with these dread automata. Splendid. Tell me everything. Let me hear the sounds of battle echoing throughout the giant's iron innards. Turned it off. Your story stirs my muse from her slumber. To think that the goblins would contrive mechanical soldiers that could themselves combine to form a veritable walking fortress. And within a walking fortress, no less. The tales of my boyhood were not half as fascinating. Your tale reminds me of another. That of the three great kings, Alexander, Midas, and Gordius, whose names must now seem rather familiar. Covetous to the core, they spent their lives in a fever of conquest, never for a moment satisfied with their lot. That an ambulating paradise of wisdom and erudition should honour their memory is curious indeed. I can only assume that the genius who conceived it was possessed of a wicked sense of humour. Oh, a story so steeped in myth could scarce fail to stir the spirit of song within me. Lend me your ear, friend, that I might regale you with the tale of your own adventure. In the giant's innards the goblins did toil, through sunrise and sunset intruders to foil, till the limb of their lodging did chance to awake, a path of our weariless hero to make. And thus did she aim for the beast-second heart, leaving both it and the keepers apart. Yet in spite of her triumph the goblins all laughed, and by means lost to meaning in victory best. Yet the giant of steel was far more than it seemed, with power beyond knowing, potential ungleaned. And thus was our hero compelled to withdraw, resolved to return and do battle once more. Beautiful. Clap, clap, Yoshi. There, a courageous struggle rendered in the naive style, recalling the fantastical tales of youth. But tell me true, did I capture the spirit of your journey? I took certain liberties, of course, but there's so much poems must do more than simply portray an event. They must tantalize the senses and stimulate the imagination. The hymn of battle is as old as time itself, but sung from the heart it can inspire even the meekest soul to greatness. How do I think the poem will end? I was hoping you might tell me. Suffice to say, I'm very much looking forward to find out. So that will be the savage modes for the middle tier of Alexander? And he's got one more. Who lives, who dies, who retells your story. Okay. Well met, friend. Might you perchance be able to shed some light on a most remarkable rumour that has reached mine ears? That of a time-straddling hero who did rescue the gobby flock of Idleshire from a future most dire. Found a cat. Went mew. But the 12 smile upon me today. It is a stirring tale indeed, and one made more affecting by the unadorned manner in which you tell it. A struggle for the future so grand as to span the boundaries of time and space. Would that I had been there to witness it with mine own eyes. I must say, mine interest was especially piqued by the part about turning back time. If I understood correctly, had you triumphed over the giant only for the goblins to reverse the flow of time, thereby compelling you to do battle over and over and over again. The primal's power would have grown to nigh infinite proportions. Well, we must thank the 12 that you and your companions were able to break this vicious cycle. As a performer, I must confess to some curiosity over how the final battle with such a foe might unfold. Not that I want for inspiration, of course. Your tale is more than sufficient. Why, even now my muse stirs within me. Hearken unto her song. In the beast of the giants a crystal did stand, whose hunger for ether spelled death for the land. And thus did our hero swear never to cease, till she tore out the heart of the great metal beast. Yet for all of her labours, both bruising and brave, the goblin stood poised to make history their save. The giant, however, had plans of its own, and plucked from the goblins their dream of a home. For it saw but on one way to set history aright, a champion of ages, a hero of light. So the giant now sleeps as it did once before, in a moment repeated forever and more. This guy's quick. You'll forgive me if I took certain liberties in my retelling. My audience are a demanding lot, but they have come to expect a certain grandeur from my work. A little bit meta, this. Mine only regret is I was not able to weave every remarkable detail of this most improbable adventure of yours into my humble composition. Of particular interest to me was the recurring theme of desires and dreams, and the power they may come to hold. Though I possess no ancient relic to grant from one's own wish, might it not be said that music has a similar power, albeit in a more intangible sense? Should your travels chance to take you back to the scene of your triumph, pray, reflect on your adventures with my song in your heart. You may yet be surprised by what you see. That's what I mean. It's better from Yoshi. It's like, they're a demanding lot, but I do my best. I do my best, but they are very, very demanding. Very demanding. Okay, so we've got all the savages. We just need to turn those in and we'll have all the savages. Super. And I think we have all the extremes unlocked, unless there's another primal waiting for us, which there might be. But we shall find that out soon enough. Huh. But of course. We start with Tatsu.
Okay, now, Thor! Just the hero I wanted to see! Would you mind doing me a small favour? I need you to meet me at the Diamond Forge. It won't take long, I promise. I just need to swing by the shop and pick up a 20-pack.
Okay, off we go. Off we go. So we're starting the day with Tataru and singing, which is, you know, that's an FF14 stream for you. That's what'll happen. That's what'll happen right there. In here? Oh, it's Rowena's place. Okay. Oh, she cracked. Oh, tell me you've made an outfit for Ida. Go on. You wouldn't. You wouldn't. You got a surprise for us. Go on. You got a gift for Ida. That's what it is.
I'm sorry to drag you away from your duties, but as I said, won't take long. Stand perfectly still just for a moment.
Whoa, is this a gangbang? I'm out.
Right, everyone. Ready? Let's do it. No squirming now. And you might want to close your eyes.
It's not a gift for Ida then.
There! All finished! The Warrior of Light's every measurement from heroic head to intrepid toe.
Right.
Oh, you wouldn't like to know. All in good time, for all in good time. Fucking got her. Right, lads.
Oh, here we go. Here we go. Haha. I found you. Here it goes. Alphano wants everyone in the Solar for a meeting. I don't know what it's about, but he seemed to think it was very important.
Go on. We've got everything we need. No sense in keeping everyone waiting.
Chat voted against an Ida redemption arc. Never forget. They voted against it. Democratically downtrodden.
Did we miss anything?
We would not presume to begin without you, Ida. Orianger has returned to the Waking Sands, but everyone else is now present.
So now we can talk without
Yes,
trust
but for
issues.
what exactly? We all have duties to attend to, Alphino, so you may dispense with the preamble.
Thank you, Elysée. It is the very subject of those duties which compelled me to call this gathering. Though the Warriors of Darkness no longer pose a threat, Eorzea's many troubles demand no less of our attention. And while I stand by the decision to approach each task as we see fit, I fear our effectiveness will ultimately be diminished should we continue to act in ignorance of each other's efforts. Thus, I propose we elect a successor to Minfilia. Not to serve as a fully fledged antecedent, perhaps, but as a coordinator of operations.
Not you, man.
Is that all? Well, then the decision seems clear. No one else has shown any enthusiasm for the role, and judging by your performance at our previous meeting, you would seem the perfect candidate.
No,
You
man.
always did have a flair for politics.
Does no one remember the Crystal Braves? We literally let him try this
I
once.
did not mean to... That was not my intention. As my tenure as commander of the Crystal Braves comprehensively demonstrated, I lack the qualities required for such an office.
Yes, you do.
I would much prefer to remain as I am now, a soldier in the field, so to speak.
Should none of our numbers step forward, must we then constrain some unwilling candidate to take up the position?
I vote Raban.
Well, based on merit alone, a certain adventurer would be my choice.
No.
Though I concede she might struggle to balance her new responsibilities with, let me see, slaying primals, thwarting legatuses, and feeding the orphan poor.
I am not doing the bureaucracy, dude.
Thancred makes a good point. Any who would wear such a mantle would be bound by its obligations. Have we not become sufficiently familiar with each other's methods to act without an overseer? At present, I see no cause to so willingly limit one of our number.
This guy gets it.
Oh my goodness, you're... Help! I need some help here!
Someone eavesdropping?
Tataru, are you all right?
Me? I'm fine. It's this poor girl who just staggered in and collapsed on the floor that I'm worried about.
Narco! God, how did... Yashola! Please, you have to help her.
Nargo? The fuck is
Crowd,
Nargo?
a hand if you would. Let us see about closing these wounds.
Tataru should be the new leader.
The leader of break time, baby.
Now, we've staunched the bleeding, but it may be a while before you can move about again. Though having seen your wounds, I'm surprised you are still moving at all. Thank you. My message. It was too important to delay.
Nargo?
I took the shortest route I could, though I knew it was more heavily patrolled. As you can see, my efforts at evasion were not entirely successful.
Honestly, you're too brave for your own good. What was so urgent that you needed to fight half the Empire to get here? You could have been killed.
I'm sorry, Ida. I had good reason. Ah, but I imagine your friends are wondering who this bloody mess of a Mikote is. My name is Minago, and I belong to the Alamegan Resistance. I came to warn Ida and Papalimo about one of our leaders. A man who calls himself the Griffin. He's always been dangerous, but he's planning something new. Something reckless.
The Griffin, you say? I've heard the name. Rumor has it your man is eager to test his claws.
Aye, and on no easy target. He means to assault Belsar's wall from the Alamegan side.
So?
But what does the Griffin possibly hope to gain from such an attack?
From what I understand, he wants the fires of war to spread to Eorzea. And for that, he needs to control the border with Gridania.
So, he means to spark a conflict between the Alliance and the Imperial forces stationed in Alamigo, to have Eorzea's armies aid in the liberation effort, whether they will it or no.
Oh, we're pulling a Pearl Harbor, are we?
His plan is flawed. Even should the Resistance succeed in occupying the wall, they would not be able to hold it. Imperial reinforcements would drive them out within a week.
Be that as it may, if there is even a chance that this scheme could bring about an escalation in hostilities between Eorzea and the Empire, the Alliance must be informed.
Agreed. I should depart for Lim-Salaminsa forthwith and seek an audience with the Admiral.
No, I want to go there.
Tancred, Uldar is yours.
Ishtola, I'm the Admiral. Let me come. Woohoo, I'll come.
Alphino and Alize, make haste to the Twelveswood and notify the Elder Seedseer of the danger to Gridania. She
Yeah,
will
you go
duly
there.
call a council of the Alliance leaders, whom you must be ready to receive.
Yeah,
You will be our voice in Ishgard.
Aw.
Explain the situation to Sir Emmerich and encourage him to send an envoy.
You go to Ishgard. I want to see
Kataru,
Merly boobs.
Kryl, I leave the care of our injured messenger to you. See that she remains quiescent and her wounds closed.
Sure seems like someone's acting like a leader, don't you think?
I believe that covers everything. Let us be about our tasks.
I suspect the ill tidings from Girabania will be held as a turning point. The beginning to a bloody end.
Oh, don't get me wrong, I love Emmerich. But we haven't
The
seen
business
Burly
of
boobs
war
nearly
was
enough.
ever conducted with the coin of self-sacrifice. 'Twas Master Louis Soir himself who taught us that such costs are not to be ignored or denied.
I miss Edmont's narration. I don't dislike you, Papalymo, but you talk so slowly in your
And
narration.
so I shall embrace them. When the time comes, I will make my choice, as you will yours.
There it is. Cup. Yeah, only his narration is slow. Like, in game, he talks nowhere near that slowly. Oh, we're going to see Lucia. Okay, hypers. I'm down with Lucia. Let's go. Yeah, I would put Lucia in charge of the Scions. Do they really need a leader, though? I mean, no meme. Tatsuru could just forward the emails that we get, right? I mean, that is her job. Greetings, Warrior of Light. What business brings you to Ishgard? I see. Wait here. I will summon Sir Emmerich. Tatsuru's the receptionist. That's her job. It is good to see you, my friend. It is but a pity it must be under such circumstances. Had Lucia not informed me of the urgency of your suit, I would certainly have sent some for some wine. Ease up. Back to business. I thank you for bringing these developments in Alamigo to our attention. Ishgard will of course send an envoy to attend the council in Gridania. I cannot say who will represent us, however, as the choice is not mine to make. Not mine alone, at any rate. Given the imminence of this threat, we may forgo the formalities of a full assembly, but I will need to consult my counterparts in the House of Commons prior to proceeding. Will you permit me some time to make the necessary arrangements? Huh? I thank you. Our representative, whoever we select, will require a suitable escort. Make your preparations and inform Sir Hansu that he is to lead in your absence. Yes, Lord Commander. Floor, pray accompany Lucia to the gates of judgment and make ready to depart for Gridania. I'll have our envoy join you as soon as I can. Fury speed you on your way. Alright! We're gonna have one of them big old-fashioned feasts. If you have no other business in the city, join me at the gates of judgment. We must be ready to depart the instant the envoy arrives. Who are they gonna send? It's gotta be one of the 4 Tom brothers, isn't it? It better not be the shit one, though. Let's go the proper way. You know who I mean. The shit one. I forget his name, but you know who I mean. The shit one. Down into the broom. Oh, I need your guys' help, by the way. There was a song that was regularly playing. And I kept pointing out how much I liked it. And for the life of me, I cannot find that song anywhere. It's not Dragon Song. It's not Dragon Song. No, it's not. We checked. It's not Dragon Song. It was always in the background. It's not during the cutscenes. You note down some of the names that we didn't try, Bex? We meet again. As it happens, my counterparts in the House of Commons agreed that I should act as Ishgard's envoy. Not, I concede, that there was ever any real doubt. As Lord Commander of the Temple Knights, it is my duty to sanction any military cooperation. Be that as it may, I could not in good conscience make the decision alone, not with the ink scarce dry in the Republic's Book of Statutes. I trust you understand, my friend. Alas, I must test your patience still further by making a brief stop at Camp Dragonhead. Given the trouble brewing in the Black Shroud, I would see that the garrison is ready to defend the border. Sure. There's a lot. I went through like a playlist of them. Bex found a load, but we didn't find the actual song it was. And I can't describe it in any way, shape, or form. But I know it when I hear it, and it might pop up again, although we've kind of dealt with... It does relate to the dragons. I remember it being in the background, but not during like the actual cutscenes. Like the bit after with the bit of dialogue. It was always there. This place is awfully quiet. The garrison commander waits within. Why not accompany me, Floor? You may see a familiar face. I haven't got a clip either. I've got nothing of help. I have zero help to this discussion, other than I really want to find it. Floor, old girl. How wonderful to see you. And Sir Emmerich, too. So what do I owe these unexpected pleasures? I'll have some mulled wine brought up from the kitchens at once, if you will excuse. Nay, do not trouble yourself, Harry. We will soon be on our way. Lucia, a brief summary, if you will. Yes, Lord Commander. Ha! Those villains hardly need an excuse to wage war. Bloodletting comes as naturally as breathing to a Gaul. To an Imperial. And thus we shall strengthen our patrols as you suggest. We shall also be sure to communicate these developments to Lord Francel and the Observatorium. I see you have everything in hand. Carry on, Commander. Why is he in charge of anything but opening cans of beans? Surprised to see yours truly at the helm. You and me both, old girl. I doubt I'll ever feel worthy to sit where he sat. F. Yet, we can but play the hand we're dealt. And with little help from the veterans and Harry's ceaseless chiding, I'm sure I'll muddle through. So worry not, old girl. Off to Gridania with you. Hard to believe there was a time when old girl was considered affectionate. Right? It's just one of those things that you're like, I don't think I would ever say that to Emma. How you doing, old girl? Old Bean, I'm down with. Old Bean's okay. Diplomatic duties have brought me here on several occasions, but I find that I am as enraptured by the Black Shroud's beauty now as when I first laid eyes upon it. I fear this time, however, events shall not afford us the luxury of enjoying the splendor of the forest. Oh god, is Canasena gonna be there? Fucking hell. Get your giggles ready. She never shuts up, that one. Always telling jokes. It seems we are to have an escort to the Lotus Stand. A pleasant place to discuss unpleasant matters, is it not? Yes, of course. It's like that we are the last to arrive. Let us announce ourselves, shall we? To be fair, her voice actor is much better now. To be fair. We have only heard her once throughout the entirety of Heavensward, though. But I'm still locked in my mind that she's the most boring person to ever exist. She still stands funny, and it kills me. Hey! I had hoped to slip in unnoticed, but I see I was not the only one delayed in my arrival. Greetings, Sir Emmerich. Admiral, always a pleasure. And Flora, I trust you are well. It is a day for reunions, it seems. I believe you are well acquainted with my escort. Oh, Higiri! Yugiri! Yay! I thought she was off on some mission somewhere. But she must have returned. Lady Flor. I was glad to hear from... and Raoul's getting mentioned. All the classics are coming back. We are getting all the classics back. But the missing Scions now have been found. Ida is naked. There's much more I would discuss with you. But let us first attend the issue at hand, shall we? Ishtola was naked. My mistake. And Alfie drew a perfect picture of her.
I bid you welcome, my friends.
Yeah, she's much better.
As you will by now be aware, the Scions of the Seventh Dawn have come into possession of certain intelligence concerning recent developments in the region of Gir Abania. It springs, I am assured, from an unimpeachable source. Is that not so, Master Alphino?
Place your bets now. Does she stare at the wall of justice?
Indeed, Elder
There it
Sixia.
is. That's her favourite
Our
wall.
information comes directly from a member of the Resistance's inner circle, and we have no cause to doubt its veracity.
This griffin of theirs is a fool if he thinks he can hold Belsar's wall against the Empire. When the Imperials move to take it back, they will come in force. And the resulting fighting is all but certain to spill over into the Black Shroud.
At the Battle of Cartano, the combined might of 3 grand companies laboured to contend with the remnants of but a single Imperial legion. Alone, Gridania would be hard-pressed indeed to hold back the tide, should the Garleans turn their minds from reclamation to invasion.
Help! One help?
May I once more convey my nation's deepest regrets for our inaction in the days prior to the calamity. 'Tis a stain upon our ledger that I would fain remove. Elder Seedseer, I do hereby request leave to deploy a defensive force within the borders of Gridania. Ishgard's return to the Alliance shall be honored by more than mere ink upon parchment.
The Doman people too would join any effort that weakens our common foe. We are few, but our most seasoned shinobi are at your disposal.
On behalf of my people, I offer you my humble thanks. Gridania welcomes your assistance.
It is time we set our contingency plans in motion. Is the Alliance agreed? Then let us make ready for war. Victory favors the swift. There is much to be done.
Ishgard should be the most prominent military power in the Alliance now, right? I mean, they've been bred for war against dragons since they were born for generations upon generations upon generations. And there's no dragons left, so Ishgard should be a pretty badass squad.
Will not soon be wrested from the Empire, and its decision to bolster the border's defences seems eminently practical. Why then, brother, do you scowl so?
I agree that they have chosen the wisest course available. Indeed, the only reasonable one. Yet something feels awry. In making ready for war, is the Alliance not granting the Griffin the very thing he desired? Any attempt to hold the wall is doomed to failure, aye. But I wonder if we have misjudged the prize for which he plays.
Thinking. Considering I apparently inspired many of these Resistance members, I imagine I could sway them more than Gryffindor. That the Council was able to reach an accord so swiftly is a heartening development in itself. I only hope my misgivings prove unfounded. Aye, good. You have yet to depart. I feared I had missed you. Sir Emmerich! Mr. Alphonel, a pleasure as always. And Mistress Alice, how wonderful to see you thus recovered. Pardon the interruption. I had hoped to thank Flor for serving as our escort before other duties called her away. I also wish to thank our Doman ally. She's such a creep, man. Forgive me, my lord. I was but awaiting an opportune moment to join the conversation. A force of habit to keep me in the shadows. She's such a creeper. She's literally hiding behind trees and shit. Woohoo! Right? He's a proper stalker, man. He's fucking creeping around the place. No apologies are necessary, Mistress Yugura. I was most grateful for your interjection when I offered Ishgard's support. My nation's historic failure to heed the Alliance pleas for aid is a matter of record. Even so, the Alliance leaders were plainly unprepared for my impromptu apology. The resulting air of awkwardness might have lingered longer were it not for your timely offer of cooperation, which allowed the Elder Seedseer to accept us both. I very much appreciated the gesture. I only did my duty, Sir Emmerich. The Empire is an enemy to us all, and we are grateful for the opportunity to fight at your side. I'm full glad we are to have you. Pray, convey my regards to the Scions, my friends. We must return to Ishgard. We're all friends now. Cuddle pie! Whatever is wrong with a simple sorry or thank you? Must these politicians always make a speech out of everything? That is how we adults speak, dear sister. Mayhap the ones who like the sound of their own voice. In any case, our business here is concluded. We should be on our way as well. Will you accompany us to Revenant's Toll, Yugiri? Actually, I think I shall first pay a brief visit to the East Shroud. I am curious to know how Papalino and Ida fared in their tasks with the Sylphs, not to mention what has been going on at Balesar's Wall. I will join you at the Rising Stones anon. Hold on, guys. Man at the door. Man at the door, yeah. Knock, knock, knock. Bendog food. Yeah, food for Bendog. Happy, happy days. All right, Alice. I'm a-coming. Prefer the chair. Bring back the chair. TCG, Hammer Jazz, Memento, Cherry Blossoms gifted a sub. Thank you, Cherry. A Judgment, thank you very much. Thank you all, guys. Oh, the end of Heavensward is in sight. I'm going to be sad again. Welcome back, Flo. Don't know about you, but I'm heartily glad that all of the talking is over. I understand that these council meetings are important, but do you not find it tiresome to have to weigh every word before you speak it? I doubt I will ever feel at home in a realm of politics. I don't say nothing. That said, people have been known to change, and if my brother is willing to run his own errands, anything is possible. I genuinely thought... I genuinely thought that when Alfie said he needed to visit somewhere, that he was going to ask me to go with him, man. I genuinely thought that was going to happen. That's a good call. Wonderboy with 5 subs to the channel, man. Thank you so much, dude. Thank you. Cash, weigh me in. Griffin on the wall. As much as I enjoy the bustle of the toll, I think it's time we head inside. My brother and the others will be not long. Okay. Boop. Let me in. God, I love that we got the jazzy theme back. Ah, you are returned from the council. What of Alpha now? Did some other matter require his attention? My apologies, friends. I trust we have not kept you waiting over long. Greetings, everyone. Oh, Kryl, how's Nagu doing? She'll be alright, won't she? I don't see why not. She's sleeping at the moment. Tataru is keeping an eye on her, so we'll know soon enough if there's any change in her condition. Her wounds are healing well. With sufficient rest, I'm sure she will make a full recovery. Thank goodness. Now, mayhap you would share with us the Council's decision. Each of the nations, Ishgard included, has committed to providing military support to Gridania. The Eorzean Alliance will soon have a significant force in the Black Shroud, ready to respond to any Imperial act of aggression. You know, I almost wish the Council would stop messing around and give the Griffin what he wants. I wouldn't like to be the Imperial caught between the Resistance and the Alliance. Edie, you cannot be seriously. You cannot seriously. One does not lightly go to war with the Garlean Empire. Quite. To open hostilities without due consideration would be to invite disaster. If only there was some way to reach the Griffin, some means to convince him to abandon this reckless course. It may not be entirely unfeasible. There is a network of tunnels beneath Baelsar's wall, secret passages dug by the Resistance to provide a way out of Alamigo, which may equally serve as a way in. Precisely. If all are in agreement, I would be the one to undertake the necessary negotiations. I am familiar with the routes, and the Resistance is familiar with me. About as familiar as they are with me, you mean? I was the one who did the gangbang. I have some experience in practice for infiltration. If you would have me, my services are at your disposal. As are mine. It has been far too long since I shared a shadow with a shinobi. I do not intend to waste the opportunity. 4 is quite sufficient for an infiltration mission. Great numbers will only serve to increase the risk of detection. Kryl and I will direct our energies elsewhere. What of you, Levelios? I will return to the East Shroud and stand watch over the border. Should matters take a turn for the worse, it seems wise to be on hand. Might I prevail upon you to accompany Floor? There it is. Gridania will be safer for your presence, and while it may not seem the most thrilling duty, dear sister, might I ask you to remain at the Rising Stones to pass on messages and so on? Oh! Oh, Alfie. Oh, Alfie. To hold the fort, you mean? Very well. I suppose the task must fall to someone. That's Tataru's job! Safe travels, all of you. She doesn't need to sit and stare at someone. She's keeping an eye on somebody. You could do the same and get messages. If you have any unfinished business in the toll, pray attend to it now. I would depart for the Hawthorn Hut without delay. Nearby watchtowers offers an unobstructed view of the Baelsar's wall, and I should be interested to speak to the Alliance commanders who have installed themselves as its top. Oh, that burns. That burns with a deep fire, actually. I'm surprised she accepted. I was fully expecting Alisei to pop off then. Like, fuck you, man. Ah, Floor, there you are. Come. Amarisei's spire awaits. The Alliance officers on the platform should be able to apprise us of any developments at the wall. Fancy meeting the two of you here. We are about to set forth. Indeed. I was about to say, 12 watch over you, but I doubt you have need of divine protection, even if you are venturing into enemy territory. Don't worry, Alfredo. We'll have the griffin by the scruff of the neck before you know it. Do make up your mind, Ida. Nary a moment ago, you seemed ready to shake the griffin by the hand rather than the neck. So which is it to be? So we best decide before we enter the negotiations. These two are really not on the same page recently, right? Like, Papalimo's kind of being a douche to her at every possible opportunity. Trust me, Papalimo. I'll shake whatever needs shaking. Talking part I leave to you. I think I feel a headache coming on. Let's be on our way, shall we? Think, Ida, think! Some things never change. Well then, shall we make for the spire? Our Alliance friends will doubtless have news for us. Ida worse Scion? I think this is going to turn into Ida's story. So I'm prepared to see Ida's redemption arc happen here. I feel like this is developing into the Ida story. Welcome, Warrior of Light. I assume you are here to speak with our commanding officers. You'll find them on the observation platform. Pray, proceed. Greetings, my friend. It's good to see you both well. I was hoping you might turn up. I've dragged it off the watch here, see? And the sight of you might help remind them why we bothered. If memory serves, I have not seen many of you since the day of the Grand Melee. Having borne the brunt of your blows, may I say what an honour it is to stand at your side. It is heartening indeed to see the realm's most stalwart defenders thus gathered in a common cause. Speaking of which, what news from the wall? All has been quiet. Bad report, dude. Worst report. You're shit at your job. Report what? 7 hells. Fighting has broken out on top of the wall. A full-scale assault. So the Griffin has made his move. Someone has. What's that supposed to mean? The attackers, they're wearing Grand Company colours. Impossible, we gave no such order. Of course. The wall was never the Griffin's target, it was bait. They have been goaded into deploying our armies nearby, thus lending weight to his deception. Those uniforms were convincing enough to deceive my scouts. The Empire will surely think we've launched an offensive. This could mean war. Even so, this may yet be no more than a diversion. With the armies of the Alliance occupying the Empire's attention, it would be comparatively easy for the Griffin supporters to slip into Alamigo. He could then incite a rebellion amongst the populace, which the Imperial reserves would be hard-pressed to contain. Eorzea, meanwhile, would be plunged into chaos. Floor. We must make for the wall at once. Kill everyone. What? Just the two of you? Our companions embarked on a mission to sway the Griffin from his course, and are likely halfway to his command post by now. They will emerge in the midst of a raging battle and do not mean to abandon them to their fate. It will be dangerous, aye, but the confusion may work to our advantage. If we are careful to avoid the skirmishing, it may yet be possible to reach the Griffin. If we can do that... Lady Hilda, might I ask that you have an airship ready to bear the Scions to safety? I don't know who this Lady Hilda is, Marshal, but you can count on me. Build the wall. We must prepare for Imperial reprisals. May the Navigator guide us through the storm. Where did they get all the uniforms, man? You'd think you'd notice an entire army's worth of uniforms going missing. They could have crafted them themselves, I suppose. Fake Griffin or real Griffin?
Forward, comrades. The time has come to drive the Empire from Alamigo, and force action upon those who have turned their backs to our suffering for so long. Let this victory be the first step in the liberation of our homeland. Alamigo will be free, no matter the cost.
This feels like it's gone very, very badly. Very, very badly. Oh, it seems fine out here, though. From what Papalino told me, the trail ahead should lead us to the shadow of the wall. As we have two objectives, I suggest we divide our forces. I shall make straightways for the tunnels and attempt to intercept our comrades ere they stumble into a bloodbath. While I do so, I must ask that you scale the wall. Know that I would not propose such a course if there was any other way, but the time for subtlety is past. Take a band of your most trusted companions and cut a path through to the Griffin. Make him see reason. By any means necessary. Are we getting another dungeon? Really? Once we are free of the tunnels, we will make for your position with all due haste. And if everything proceeds according to plan, Hilda will then swoop in and spirit us away to safety. I only pray that we have enough time. It's got to be the fake Griffin, though, right? That would be my guess. Is this is going to be the fake Griffin? Bales's wall now accessible. All right. Sweet. Boom. What's that? Rewards this duty can be traded with itinerant Mughals. The fuck? What are you talking about? What's an itinerant Mughal? Event tokens. Oh, is that some new gear? Good for me. Cosmetics and such. Cool. There's no way this is the real Griffin. I do like the Imperial events. The mix of future tech into everything is really cool. Why is everybody naked? Oh, team. Everyone's naked. I mean, put some damn clothes on. We're the Warriors of Light, yeah? Bit of class. Help. It's a little bit of class, that's all. Yeah, we don't want to look like the clowns fiesta. Shove a flare on these idiots. Phew. I'm not naked. No, you're not cool. You've got a bit of respect about you. I see it. I see it. Probably excitement, Bex, I would guess. I don't think you need to emote only. Sub mode should be fine. There are a lot of excitable spoilers in the chat. Sub mode's fine. Our subs know how it works. Smile squad. Smile friends know what to do. Sweet taste of freedom. That's fine. Alright, this guy looks like he's carrying jump jets. You gonna jump around the room? Magnetic claw. I just said claw. Alright, I'm pumping. Stand at the edge. I think that was a decent amount of health. Oh, it would have been an end of expansion patch, right? They would have anticipated people having slightly more gear these days. That makes sense. Lost it. 3 globals only, Mike. 3 globals only. On Mars. You go close with the hook? Ah, you go close to break it. Oh, that died at the same time. I'm not sure. Onwards. I don't have my egg on. That is a good call. That is a really good call. We're egged out. Good spot, team. Egg me, daddy. Oh shit, we're on a giant lift. God, these places are huge. Haha, this is cool. Oh, I like that, how the trash came bubbling down that. That's awesome. Whoa! Hello. Is this how you get the mount from that I have? You know, the Iron Giant mount? Oh, it's very similar to these, isn't it? No. It's trash without having to move to trash is really nice. Probably shouldn't use the cooldown there. We've probably got a boss coming, but that's fine. That's fine. What if the boss is just going to come down the shaft? I did say the shaft. It just makes so much sense that they would be in this giant factory where they're crafting all these Magitech machines. I think it's such a contrast to most of the dungeons you do. That's why I really like these environments. Oh, we're going for a slip slide. Armored spider. Oof, 12k thunder. Yeah, buddy. Bump, 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 bump. Penalty will be assessed for any action, auto attack or movement taken after this ends. That's a stop attack. Oh god, I'm CC'd forever. I assume I'm going to get debuffed again in a second. This one. What happens if you don't do anything? Nothing. Awesome. All my years of fighting Shade of Iran brought me to this moment. Stand still. That's all you gotta do. Stand still. That's it. All you gotta do. You move to the parapet. Oh, cool. Why are these not involved in the battle? I find that curious. Just guarding the other areas, probably. Lunch break? I don't know, man. You've got to keep your eye out on the back end. Always protect. But nice if you could see the soldiers running through here, right? IDC? Oh, there it is. We're fine, we're fine, we're fine. I lost Eno-chan though. I lost my greatest contribution to King and Country. It'll be fine. Ascian? Is that the Griffin or an Ascian? It's Griffin, okay. Well, like an Ascian from the back. Son of a bitch. Well, I'm not gonna be sad about kicking this guy's fucking ass. Prick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
An absolute bellend.
How'd you like this?
How'd you like this? I don't like that.
Sloppy.
Sloppy.
I'll tear you limb from limb. Yeah. Sloppy.
That's why you guys keep saying sloppy.
For al amigo!
For al amigo!
I have you now.
Yeah.
How'd you like this?
Did you kill one of these? Oh, you killed the middle one, okay.
Yeah!
Kind of rude.
Sloppy. Yeah.
Do you stop attacking during restraint collar? No. You killed restraint collar.
Yeah. Yeah. Sloppy.
Why did they put that in? Why?
Yeah.
They must have tested this fight and gone,
I'll tear you limb from limb.
maybe he says it too often, man. Oh my god. That really sort of ruined the immersion of kicking that guy's ass. Sloppy. That very much took me out of, like, the importance of having to kick that guy in the fucking dick. Right, Kua gets it for being dressed. Kua gets it. Simply for being dressed.
You've beaten me, aye.
Yes! I should cut his fucking head off.
But you cannot stop what I've begun. Behold! A glimpse of things to come!
We did it! We showed the bastards!
Aye! Victory is ours!
And who knows, lads? Mayhap the Eorzeans will finally see sense when the enemy turns up on their bloody doorstep.
Imagine thinking it was really a good idea to get a war going. Patting yourself on the back.
This is for Alamigo, for Eorzea. They die that others may live.
Oh no! Oh no, 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 don't do that.
Vanguards! Attack!
Seven hells. Do you hear that?
War machines. How did they get here so quickly?
Stand your ground! For the resistance!
Okay. I thought they were going to nuke the base. And kill the entire resistance. Not that this machine might not just murder everybody anyway, but I thought they were doing like a huge fucking martyrdom play.
There's nowhere to run. We're cut off.
I got this. It's a massacre, Jim.
Gods help us. What were we thinking? The Empire's too big. Too powerful.
Called being a gullible moron is what it is.
Mighty Rolker. Grant us the strength to crush our...
There you are.
Yeah.
As you can see, our infiltrators did not elude me for long. Lady Ugiri is sending for an airship even as we speak.
Great. Great news,
What
Alpha.
do we do? This is a massacre!
How wonderful to see you, Commander.
Illbird. I should have known. This has to end. It has to end now. Do you not see your countrymen dying? Have your ideals rendered you blind even to that? Order the retreat, and we will help your soldiers to safety.
Retreat? With the moment of my triumph so close at hand, you truly are a sheltered child, Leverrier.
Oh no! No! I forgot he had the fucking balls.
No abyss is too deep for you,
Oh
I see.
no!
But trust me when I say that such power was not meant for mortal hands.
Oh, 1-800 Estinian. Beep, boop,
How
beep.
long have I struggled to reach this point? My countrymen, so inured to the taste of defeat, they no longer balk at its bitterness, shouting my throat raw with rallying cries, only to be greeted with dull eyes and blank faces. My brothers and sisters in Ulda have surrendered to their apathy and their appetites. Were it not for the glint of Lodorito's coin, I doubt even those here now would have answered my call. Take back our homeland! Free Al Amigo! Ha! They'll happily mouth the words, but they won't spill the blood. You say no mortal should wield these eyes? Then I shall gladly become a demon. I will suckle on the souls of the hopeless and liberate the homeland they no longer deserve.
You really went down a bad YouTube path, man.
What exactly do you mean to do?
Did you hear their cries as victory was snatched away from them? Even with their dying breaths, they cursed the Empire. Never has their desire for vengeance been so raw, so true. A god has no need of faith when summoned by so pure a purpose.
He's not wrong.
Summoned.
Genocide's mostly wrong. In
You
general.
cannot mean to fight the Empire with a primal. You know full well the danger, the futility of relying on such power.
Oh yes, I know their limitations. Which is why I will call upon a deity more terrible than the very black worm of the calamity itself.
What? Here? Now?
Like hells you will!
Spry for an old man, isn't he?
An ending to mark a new beginning. My pain, my longing, you shall have it all! Ah!
That was pretty weird,
how
wasn't it?
the
Eyes work. What, is he like the Winter King
Have you
now?
tried not dying?
Music is on point.
This light, is it...
His death completed the ritual. The primal is taking shape.
Well, can't we stop it? There must be something we can do!
There is one thing.
Where do you think you're going?
Master Louisoix briefly contained Bahamut by means of a potent spell of sealing. I will now attempt to do the same.
But that's impossible! We would need hours to collect the necessary ether, if not days!
Ah, Alphino, though I concede it may not always be apparent, I was ever your grandsire's finest pupil.
Marty, of course! The staff still holds enormous power, broken or not.
Don't you dare, Papalimo! I know how that spell works. It is time to leave.
Quite right. Quickly now, off you go. The further away, the better.
No! If you're staying, then so am I.
No, Ida. There is a path only you can walk, and it must not end here. Not like this. Take her! Please, you have to take her!
Just let me kill the primal after it's summoned, dude. I got this. What I do?
Oh. What? No! Damn it, Thancred! Put me down! Thancred!
This is one battle you cannot fight. Away with you! Go!
Oh. I'm staying. The game won't let me, will it?
Hilda! I think he means now!
I would wreck that little fucker. Cheap shot.
I bid thee farewell again, my dear Ida. Now, let us see how good a student I truly was.
I was actually wondering if they put the smile in. Not dead. Louisoix didn't die, remember? He was still in the thing. He was still in the thing. He was still there, you know, he's in there somewhere. It's still there, though. I just disagree with this course of action. You should have let me take a crack at him. You should have let me take a crack at him. There was no need for this. I've got some gifted adventurers. Some of them wear clothes. We could have made some magic happen. I can only imagine this is setting up for Stormblood. Unless we're just going to go and kill it now.
You are fucking shit.
Oh, no. How many more must we lose? She's gonna be angry, isn't she? Why didn't they let me stay? Papalymo is my friend. I should have been there with him. You could see it in his eyes, Ida. He knew what he was doing, what had to be done. Master Louis Soir wore that same look right before the end. You think I don't know that? I know, all right. I know. There's nothing more you could have done. Wilbur caught us off guard, all off guard. Even Floor was powerless to stop him. If you must blame someone, then blame me. Just promise that you will never forget what Papalymo strove to protect, or the lessons he tried to teach you.
Glad to see you have personal copium reserved since UK ran out of copium 2 hours ago tomorrow.
Don't speak to me. Leave Ida with me. Go on, go back to the Rising Stones. The others need to know what happened here. Can't exactly say that since, I think, 3.3, it's a joyful story. Right? You know, oh, the Dragon Song War has ended. We're all sucking and trading dicks with dragons now. Everybody's happy. But what of Minfilia, though? Rianje can't be trusted. And now Papalymo's dead. Happy, were you? You were happy? You were happy? Well, watch this. Well, watch this. Once again, I find myself at a loss for words. Thancred is right. We must return to the Rising Stones and apprise our companions of all this. Pray, make your way there at once. I'll send word to Ishtola and the others about imminent return. The only downside is, like, I don't really give a shit about Papalymo. So... That's the only downside. Like, it was a very, very... Don't shout at me. You know what I'm saying. It was a very, very epic moment, for sure. But Papalymo's gone. I'm more curious how Ida's going to play out now. Because, I mean... Without Papalymo, what is Ida exactly? You know what I mean? It would seem you bring ill tidings, brother. Aye. Behind the griffin's mask, we found the grinning face of an old adversary, inbred. I know not how, but he had in his possession the eyes of Nidhogg, whose dread power he used to initiate a summoning ritual, as we looked on. By the 12. I don't understand. To attempt such a magic requires every ounce of one's ether. No one, not even grandfather, could cast it and hope to survive. Indeed, it was ever a last resort, as I am certain Papalymo was aware. Thus did the pupil follow in the footsteps of his master, even unto the grave. I have as yet been able to explain how inbred came to possess Nidhogg's eyes. In the depths of the sea of clouds, a perpetual storm of water and wind aspected ether rages. No mortal could endure such conditions. And mayhap it was the work of an Ascian. But now is not the time for idle speculation, Kryl. I have need of your assistance. Yes, of course. We must inspect the cocoon of light and ascertain the state of the primal trapped within. Between our respective talents, I dare say we shall glean some measure of insight. Understood. I can't promise I'll be able to sense much through the barrier, but I shall certainly do my best. As shall I. Let us be about it then. Back to work, Ish. Not coping. Lack of copium. Ah, we've got a lack of copium. We're not copium. Ish just putting it to one side. What? That's so much as a by your leave. Pray forgive Archonish Tola her brevity. She seeketh employment, lest her grief deprive her of her will to act. A desire to comfort Ida doubtless compoundeth her unseemly haste. I too must contend with this grievous loss in my own way. By thy leave, Lady Alison, we shall honour our fallen colleague through gainful study. There exist writings which may yet further our understanding of this cocoon of light. No one's coping, dude! Mayhap I was too quick to judge. Surrendering to sadness and regret would be a poor tribute to Papalino's
You really
sacrifice.
like this, don't you?
Quite. We must begin preparations to face Ilbert's accursed creation without delay. What time we have was purchased at too dear a price for us to squander it. Oh god, what a horrible achievement. Wow. School's out forever. What a horrible achievement. What the fuck is that about? That's so dark. Oh god. The obvious solution. Alright, we're going to call Sid, we're going to fly up to it, and we're going to kick it in the dick. Oh, man. Fucking grim, this. I'm going to tell all my friends tonight when I'm out about Final Fantasy 14. Yeah, and then I was like crying yesterday, and then today, like, another guy was like ripped apart, and no one could cope with it, so they buried themselves in work to hide the grief. Yeah, it was a good day. And that was generally my, that was my Friday. Flo. I wish I had more to tell you, but the situation in the East Shroud remains largely unchanged. I mean, we still have no idea how long it will be before... Oh, coming in. Woohoo! A communication from the Alliance. One moment. Yes, of course. Our representatives will be present. My thanks. Word from Gridania. The Council will shortly be reconvened. The Alliance leaders have already begun to assemble. They wish to discuss the Primal, of course. As of Yshtola's last report, the cocoon yet hung above the wall, unchanged. Yes, but the Elder Seedseer doubtless shares our concerns about how long it will remain so. I am told that Sid Garland has been called to add to his expertise in proceedings. A wise decision. The more minds we have working on this, the better. Well, then I suggest we leave the Rising Stones in Tataru's capable hands and make haste for the Lotus Stand. I've got to imagine Ida's coming with us here. I have to imagine that's going to happen. She's going to want some vengeance. Big vengeance. With a nice slice of kick-ass on top. Shit, it's Raiden.
word, if you would, good sir. This place, it is within the realm of Eorzea.
You're an odd-looking fellow, aren't you? Still, takes all sorts, I suppose. This here's Vesper Bay. Thanalan's door to the ocean, as some folk like to call it.
Am I to understand from your answer that I have indeed arrived in Eorzea?
Yeah. Yeah, dude.
Eh? Yes? You're in Eorzea?
Ah! A plain response at last, and the one I wanted at that. My journey was not without its hardships, and I would sooner travel by land than put to sea again.
The accent seems wrong. Well, I'm gonna let it slide.
You do not believe that so small a bark could bear me across the ocean? Such timid little sailors. I had but to set my course and set my jaw till I made port. Though, 'twould perhaps have been wise to lay down my oars a moment to sup on more than the spray of brine water. By the trembling of my limbs, I sense a brief repast may be in order. Nay, I will not hearken to the feeble grumblings of an empty belly. Duty comes before all.
Who the fuck are you talking to, man? In a monologue, bro. You're screaming this at like a bunch of dock workers, right? Take a fucking moment and relax.
Good God, man. Are you alright?
Weird day. Just a fucking weird day.
Thou art far indeed from home, friend.
Yeah.
You really like this, don't you?
Right. Okay. That was pretty
Hello.
weird, wasn't it? Oh, hi Bex, you alright?
Yeah, I'm good. We just had a message from a lovely member of our chat, Zakuro Z.
Lovely member of chat. That's an oxymoron, right?
Well, Zakuro has a code for an Endwalker digital collector's edition that he would like to give away. EU only, I'm afraid.
Dude, thank you.
But yeah, thank you very much to Zakuro Z. We do have the code, and Nups is going to run the giveaway, and I will message you the code to the winner.
Super. Awesome.
Yeah.
What shall the phrase be? Has Nups decided?
I'm not sure. Waiting on
Okay.
God Gamer to decide.
God Gamer's got to decide.
God Gamer decides our fate.
Oh, exclam Papa Limo is going to be. Exclam Papa. Thank you very much.
Yeah,
That's
thank you so
super cool.
much, Zakuro Z.
Thank you, Zakuro. Right, get started. Okay, I'll go for a P while you spam away. Good luck. EU only. EU gang, yeah? EU gang.
Yeah, EU only.
Awesome. Thank you, Bex. All right. Let's go and see. Oh, well, not congratulations yet, but good luck on winning that Endwalker. I don't even have Endwalker yet. Woohoo! Or do I? Maybe I do. Checking. I don't know. I probably do. I think I bought it. I'm still on free trial? No, I'm not. No, I bought mine. I feel it's only fair, man. I'm streaming it, and you know what I mean? It's like, it's not a problem. I'm in the free trial areas, but I have paid for my account. Hope that clears out.
Dear friends, pray accept my heartfelt thanks for your efforts in defense of Gridania's borders. I would fain dwell longer on my gratitude for the support of the Alliance, but the situation at Belsar's Wall demands that we forego such pleasantries.
Back to business, everybody. Back to business.
According to our most recent intelligence, the cocoon of light that formed in the air above the wall remains undimmed and unbroken. After measuring the cocoon's etheric concentrations, Archon Y'shtola has confirmed the presence of a primal entity.
So we must assume that Ilbert's thrice damned god is indeed trapped within. And what news of the Imperials? They're not like to ignore such a spectacle.
Sir, a Garlean airship was observed making an approach, but the vessel was destroyed when it drew near. The Empire appears to have made no subsequent attempts to reach the object.
What kind of primal would
The soldiers who
Ilbert have
witnessed the
summoned?
incident spoke of a lance of light issuing from within the cocoon. Of an entire warship being reduced to smoking ruin in the space of a moment. Veterans of Cartano, meanwhile, likened the destruction to that wrought by the fiery wrath of Bahamut.
We could face another calamity.
So the primal is awake then? Contained, yes, but for how long? We must destroy it now, lest it break free.
Right?
Agreed. There is, however, the small matter of how to get close enough to a being that swats warships from the sky as you would a bothersome gnat.
Is this truly so complex a puzzle?
Oh no.
Or have you no stomach for the obvious solution?
I do like this guy.
What in the hells are you doing here?
Here comes Spike.
Pleasure to see you too, Garland. Now, if you'd be so kind as to explain to these good people why you should be begging me for my assistance, that would be most appreciated.
Who is this man?
He's the charismatic villain, man. Oh, Emmerich doesn't know him. Fair enough.
Oh, how terrifically rude of me. Nero Tolskeva, former tribunus of the 14th Legion of the Garlean Empire. These days, however, one might say that I'm something of a free agent.
What do you want, Nero?
I was getting to that. Although you already know what I'm about to propose, old friend. As you have rather belatedly realized, within that frail binding lurks an entity alike in strength to the great Bahamut, and the only force in existence which might conceivably contend with such a foe is the very creation which captured the Elder Primal in the first place. I speak, of course, of Omega.
No. You don't release that smirk.
Omega? That Hulk has been gathering dust beneath the plains of Cartanau since the Allagans breathed their last. And none alive knows how to wake it.
The only thing that could kill King Kong is Godzilla. Let's release 2 giant monstrosities.
Sorry? Do you understand who it is with whom you have the privilege of speaking? I'm Nero Tolskeva, Master Engineer, the mechanical genius who restored the Ultima weapon to full operational capacity.
Oh, excuse me.
And as luck would have it, I am graciously offering you the use of my considerable expertise.
And what, you just expect us to accept? You're a fool if you think your deeds at the Crystal Tower are enough to win my trust, Nero.
Trust? You wound me, Garland. All those years, studying side by side at the Academy, sharing both trial and triumph, we were countrymen once, you and I. But sentiment aside, have you a better solution? Or do you mean to send in your vaunted hero there, as you always do, and pray the world is not engulfed in flame?
Yes! Yes, that's the plan! Woohoo! It's absolutely the plan!
Let us approach the problem in a rational manner. Does not the fact that Omega slumbers in stasis point to the existence of some overriding technology? A means of control?
I would ask a question, if I may. Nero, was it not? In the event that we succeeded in using Omega to shackle the Primal in the manner you propose, what then would become of it? Do we not risk repeating the mistakes of the Allagans?
Oh, I'm sure Nero will dismantle it. No problem.
Omega is but a tool. How we choose to employ that tool is entirely up to us. Of course, if you would rather leave it buried beneath Cartanau while you continue your petty squabbles above, then I suppose that is also your choice.
That is our choice. Thank you very much, Nero.
Spare us, Nero. The Seedseer's concern is a valid one. He who controls Omega wields the power of the gods, the very power which led the Allagans to destroy themselves.
And does it not fall to we engineers to prevent such misuse? What was your company's proud slogan? Freedom through technology?
A creed you follow, is it? What say you? Do we take this villain at his word?
No! No, right? What the fuck? No. Absolutely not. No, no, never. No, absolutely not. What a fucking clown. Why would we ever consider this guy's ideas? Just shows up conveniently. Okay.
As will I. I don't like it, but then it doesn't look like we have much choice.
We do! What the hell are you talking about, man? Name a primal that I've not killed! Right?
Imperials.
Yes. The task of restoring the Allagan
I
relic
killed
will be
Bahamut!
yours.
What the fuck are you talking
The
about?
responsibility for its reawakening must remain with the Council. Do we condone this course of action?
Aye. 'Twould seem we do. Let the record show that we invest this contingent with the authority to enter Cartanau.
You guys are copium.
And take command of Omega. Sid, I appoint you leader of the expedition. Scions, I would ask that you assign some few of your number to escort Master Garland, and supervise the other one.
We should be happy to oblige. The politics of Carteneau being what they are, I dare say our neutrality will prove useful in avoiding any unnecessary entanglements.
If I am not mistaken, Doma occupies a similarly neutral position. Might we not persuade you to join the expedition, Lady Yugiri? If you suspected any foul play from Nero, you would be welcome to kill him.
My blade is yours.
He really wants to get involved? I guess.
Not a moment's hesitation, eh? You'll forgive me if I do not shake your hand.
I suppose. Kinda wish I didn't come to this meeting now. Fuck, man. Should have called in sick today, that's all I'm saying. Whiskey Jack would have gifted some Nillery. Albert Squeeze Jack's only 10 months as well. A 1 year. Oh, you're over the 1 year, Cremdosen. Thank you very much. It's only got better. We're having a good time, man. We're having a good time. I guess. Yugiri Space Them was amazing. I love Nero. Nero's amazing. He's basically Albert Wesker. That's who he is. Well, that was rather unexpected development, and one which raises a number of questions, not least among them how Nero chanced to learn at the council meeting in the first place. Sid and the others are assembling at the airship landing. Alice is already on her way, and it would not do to lag too far behind. Let us be off. Okay. This is the worst plan. The worst plan. This is so stupid. Our winner! Oh, we have our winner of the Endwalker Code. The special edition is going to be Megvin. You will be whispered on Twitch with your code. Congratulations. And thank you to our wonderful chat for donating that to the giveaway. That's awesome. That's community shit right there. Love it. Love it. You guys are the best.
You really like this.
Indeed. Thank you, Zakuro. Thank you very much. Bye, Ekflor. Ready to go. The others have stepped out onto the landing for a moment, lest you wonder. Nero insisted that he be allowed to inspect the Excelsior before boarding. And you let him, despite his very timely offer of assistance. The thought of that man poking around in the workings of the ship without proper supervision does not fill me with confidence. Calm yourself, Alphado. Your sister was adamant that you would never leave her sight. She and Yugiri are, well, here they are now. Nero the ship inspector, for true. Right, I think that's everyone. Shall I set course for Carteneau? Might I ask that we delay our departure slightly? I require no more than a few hours at most. Our colleagues are studying the cocoon even as we speak, and I would hear their latest observations ere we proceed. It would seem wise to gain as clear an understanding of the situation as possible before formulating our plan. Oh? I thought that time was against us. How foolish of me. Hold your tongue. When we want your opinion, we'll ask for it. Forgive me, my lady. I shall keep my counsel in such time as you have finished procrastinating. All right. While Alfredo speaks with his colleagues, I shall fly the Excelsior over to Mordona, and we can reconvene at the Rising Stones. Mind apologies for the trouble. I shall visit Ishtola and the others forthwith, and join you as soon as I am able. Floor, pray accompany Alice back to the Rising Stones. I should feel safer knowing you are present to entertain our guest. Right, everyone. Everyone heading to Mordona is welcome to travel aboard the Excelsior. I'll clear things with the girl at the counter here. Let her know when you're ready to leave. Nodders? Oh, Nero's not a nodder! Confirmed! Nero the anti-nodder. You're travelling with Master Garlon, miss. The Enterprise Excelsior is right this way. And... oh. Well, that was fast. Not quite a door-to-door service, but I couldn't exactly land her in the toll's main square. So we adjourn to the Rising Stones, then. So pretty. I watched the crap guides of Final Fantasy. I watched the crap guides to DPS, yeah. I did. It was very funny. Oh. No friends. I recommend Nero. Oh, they're not here! Where are the two hairy boulders? Jocelyn. They're getting bouldered.
So these are the fabled headquarters of the Scions. I confess I would have expected an order of self-proclaimed warrior scholars to surround themselves with the fruits of man's enlightenment. And yet there's not so much as a single piece of magitech in sight.
Fuck you, man.
It never ceases to amaze me how primitive you Eorzeans truly are.
It's a charmer.
I'll have you know that the Rising Stones is home to the very latest in magitech innovation. Wedge calls it the Mark 14 Thermocoil Boil Master, and it's the finest kettle I've ever had the pleasure to own.
Perfect for a brew.
We are returned. Well, Ida and I, at least. Ishtola and
Oh,
the
Ida's
others remain
here.
behind to continue their assessment of the binding magic.
I did say she was coming along for this ride.
There didn't seem much point staying just for that, so I decided to come back with Alphino. Papalimo bought us this time. We shouldn't waste it.
By your leave!
Okay.
Good gods, that voice could fell a gigas.
This is the Rising Stones, domicile of the Scions of the Seventh Dawn. I enter at the invitation of one Lord Urianger.
That's not a good recommendation.
I spy you there, Shadow Walker. You always were a hard one to find.
Yugiri, do you know this man?
Pappy? Fucking hell.
Gosetsu, why are you come to Eorzea?
In search of you, Yugiri. For days and nights did I row across the angry sea. I made port in good spirits, only for my own flesh to betray me over the trifling matter of an empty belly. Collapsed in the street like an unfed stray I was, until Lord Urianger came to my aid. Over a most welcome meal, we spoke of the plight of Doma, and I learned of our displaced countrymen's work to resettle this blighted land. 'Twas blind fortune that I was able to locate you so swiftly. But now we must make ready to depart. Our master languishes in dire peril, and Doma calls her daughter home.
Oh. Oh no. She's busy though.
It is not so simple, Gosetsu. There are obligations which bind me here.
You refuse? Did you mislay your oath during your flight from our homeland? The laws of hospitality must be honored, but surely the vow to defend your master demands the greater obeisance.
It was our master who bid me guide our people to safe haven by any means necessary. And it was the scions you see before you who provided us succor and sanctuary when all others refused. Dire peril or no, were I to return without first repaying such hospitality, our master would cut me down at the threshold.
Mayhap that is so.
There is more. A crisis threatens all within this realm, Eorzean and Doman alike, and I go to play my part in its resolution. I will not bring shame upon our liege by abandoning my people or my duty.
How very noble of you. Now, in the name of honor, kinship, and, yes, practicality...
Anyway.
Might I suggest we get this expedition underway? Or would you rather debate the finer points of duty and leave Omega to the Empire?
Cool story. Anyway.
The Empire? You, Giddy? You draw steel against the curse of Garlemald? Then why did you not say so? My blade is oath-bound to fall upon the ranks of the Imperials wheresoever they march. Lead on, Shadow Walker, and may the enemy tremble at our coming.
I wanted to see this guy and Harry Boulder going at it. We're jamming, dudes. We're jamming.
Floor, wait! Could I speak to you for a moment? You remember when I had you meet at the Diamond Forge and we did the thing to you in the dark? Well, once we had your measurements, I set to work in making you a travelling outfit in my spare time. I've only just this moment finished the stitching, but I wanted you to have a look at it before you left. Here. Your chat's really gonna like it. You can try it on now if you like.
Not even yellow. Take the hint, Tatteru, honestly. Pay attention.
Assuming we measured you correctly, the fit should be just right. Snug, but not too snug. Know what I mean? How does it feel?
Great, apparently.
You're not just saying that, are you? Oh, I can't tell you how much this means to me. To have crafted something worthy of the Warrior of Light, let's just say, it makes all that practice worthwhile. I always sewed in a blood pearl charm to, bring you home. May it always protect you. You really like this, don't you?
Wonderful. It's dyeable. It's also binnable. That's 2 for 1, people. It's hard to imagine. Oh, there it is. And fixed. Perfect. All right. Excellent. Good job, Tatteru. So we have to wake Omega up, right? I've decided the Ida redemption arc will be in place, given the loss of Papalymo. The decision has been made. When do we start? Ida. Are you sure that's... I'm sure, yes. I won't lie and say I'm completely fine. But I'll feel a lot better if I'm doing something useful. Very well. I'll remain here and continue coordinating our efforts with the Alliance. Alfredo, mayhap you could return to Gridania and assist Ishtola and Kryl. A fine suggestion. The rest of us will form the Cartanu Expedition Party. He loves naming the little groups, doesn't he? No matter what we're doing, if there's more than 3 people, he needs a little team. He's like, okay, we need a name now, guys, because we're going on a little adventure. Nero and I'll focus on rousing Omega. What were we called? What was the squad called that went into the Crystal Tower? He had a little name. No, was it Noah? I think it was Noah, right? Yeah, the Noah squad. No, the Crystal Braves was Alfie's little coup d'etat. Oh, let me give it one shout out. Megvin, if you are in the chat, you have 1 minute to reply. Otherwise, we are choosing a new winner, my friend. So if you have left, unlucky. Nero and I will focus on rousing Omega, while Floor, Ida, and our Doman friends take care of security. Who? The Excelsior is by the lake just outside town. We'll leave as soon as everybody is ready. They always give Nero some extra animations. I remember when we did the Crystal Tower and you can see him like slooping off in the background and all that kind of stuff. Megvin is the winner. It was M-E-A-G-V-Y-N. Megvin. We haven't far to go. With any luck, we'll be in Cartano before Gosetsu graces the deck with his dinner. Once there, however, we best be on our guard. Given that Eileen Raoul is still active when the Omega was discovered, we can be sure that the Empire has long been aware of its existence. And if Nero deemed it the obvious solution to the threat posed by this new primal, it's not impossible that Garlemald might do the same. Have your weapons ready and your wits about you. Something tells me we're flying into a fight. Oh, we got a duty. Am I still using Streamlabs after all the outrage? We didn't use Streamlabs. We used just standard OBS. Oh, we have a new winner. Plac QQ. P-L-A-C QQ. You are our next winner. We'll find a winner eventually.
Now, where was that?
I've enabled the teleporter. One brief jump and we shall arrive in Omega's control room.
Right.
How convenient. You've been here before.
Of course. It was no easy task threading a path through all the skirmishes. But
why didn't you get it running yourself?
Of such a fascinating toy. You may trust that my preliminary examination was suitably thorough.
Trust? Aye. I trust your appetite for technology.
I chased down a suspect airship, and who should I find but the traitor, Sid Garland.
Oh, this is a chunky boy.
Searching for something, engineer?
Hello.
Something big? It's close, isn't it?
Oh, this guy likes protein.
It's like all my name days have come at once.
Of all the scouts the Empire could have sent. Take care of that brute, will you?
God damn it.
Bye, then.
Can't let Nero tinker around in there by himself. I'm sorry to leave you to it, but I dare say you'll manage without me. This clod has no idea who he's dealing with.
Right, I want to see Samurai Boy in action. Wingler, Averius, Milvin Rocks. Thank you very much. And Brett Stefani with a 1-year anniversary today. Thank you, guys. Thank you, all 4 of you. Celebration. This guy's about to chomp some ass.
Samurai of Doma. You will rue your choice of opponent this day.
Okay, these two exceed the weight limit of this platform.
No holding back.
Is it just us versus?
Your defense is lacking.
With soul and steel.
This one'll sting.
Leave this to me.
Okay. Ah, now the ads.
I have you.
It's all over now.
No retreat. No surrender.
Look upon us, samurai of Doma.
I don't know the names of the heels still. Are you watching Papalimo? No, because I'm dead.
An opening.
Tis my right to strike.
He is dead.
No holding back.
Surrender! We have you outnumbered.
I've killed so many of your men. Would it be the first time? Oh, what's that? Got a phone call. Are you still playing with those soldiers? I suppose I can lend you one of my toys, but only if you promise to give it back. Behold, the Red Baron. Now end this nonsense. Shiny.
What the? No one told me they have Magitech armor. Forward! For the Empire! The honorless cur thinks to abandon his men. I shall see that he shares their fate. Pray attend to the rest of his minions.
Kill them all. Alright, what do we got?
This one.
We got a cannon. Whee! We got photon stream. Jump. Oh.
Look upon us, samurai of Doma.
What's this one do? Ah. Ooh, it goes in a line. Oh, that kills loads of people. That's great.
Your defense is lacking.
Wait, line them up.
With soul and steel.
You watching, Papalimo?
It's gone-ish. You gotta let it go.
An opening.
I have you.
No holding back.
No retreat. No surrender.
Is that Ida all the time?
'Tis my right to strike.
This one'll sting.
Sugiri, okay.
Leave this to me.
This is actual genocide. I butchered those people.
I ordered you to stand your ground!
Well, that's just embarrassing. Pitiful. You bring this fate upon yourself. Damn it all, the seventh hell! I'll kill you bastards! This is the last thing I do! Oh.
It's all over now.
Doubt.
Your defense is lacking.
With soul and steel!
You watching, Papalimo?
Oh, I bet he's watching alright, just not right now.
An opening.
Give up or what? You haven't seen the last of me! Mark my words. It will be you who rules the day. Bye, big boy. I like that character. You know who I miss? Livia. But why? She was cool. I like Lucia as well.
Temporal stasis disengaged. All systems operational. Garland?
She'll be back.
All clear on this side. It's waking up.
That was easy. Oh, it's a wide boy.
Remarkable. Omega sensors immediately detected the presence of the cocoon, even at this distance. They must have been set to scan for sources of energy exceeding certain magnitudes.
I still don't see any means to control the machine directly. It seems to have been designed to act wholly autonomously.
That's a bad idea, right? We would design it that way.
Once we release Omega, we can be fairly certain it will attempt to capture the Primal at Belsar's Wall. Assuming its mission is successful, our only option at that point will be to re-engage its stasis system and put it back to sleep.
And should the machine happen to misbehave, we'll simply initiate an emergency shutdown. I confess we don't yet have a complete grasp of its capabilities, but I'm certain the details will not elude us for long.
Well, I understood less than half of that. So, my question to you is, are we doing the right thing?
Absolutely fucking not. Like, not even close to the right thing. Alright, let's ask her, what do you think, Ida?
What do I think?
Ah. Share with the group. Come on, have an opinion. Come on. Come on.
All right. Step aside, Sid. Is this the thing I need to press?
Yes, that's the one.
It's hard work. You're not dating Ida. Where should we eat tonight?
You gave too much for us to waste this chance, Papalimo. So this is for you. And me.
That's the self-destruct button, Ida.
Yes! Fly free, my pretty! Show us what you can do.
Red flag, turn it off. Turn it off. If the villain is that happy, turn it off. Right? Come on, guys, who's with me?
The launch sequence has begun.
No?
Omega is loose.
No one. No one's with me on this. He's the villain. Remember that. He's really, really happy. We should turn this off. No, okay. We're just letting it slide. No problem. All right, fine. Sure. Was it a dragon? A proper Bahamut dragon? Did we win? No. Omega looks a bit like a beetle.
Mike just screwed up. He knows it. He's pretending it didn't happen. He'd appreciate it if you'd stop bringing it up. Thank you.
We appear to have destroyed the planet. He's sure he didn't want to just let me
You
go
really
and
like
fight.
this, don't you?
Oh, this is much better. Awesome. We've created a wasteland. Ida, this is all your fault.
Huh? Omega has stopped transmitting. But that shouldn't be. I didn't engage the stasis system.
And what does this signify? I have little understanding of these contrivances.
The launch went exactly to plan, but all signals emanating from Omega have ceased. This may indicate any number of things, but we will need to join the Scions out in the field if we are to ascertain which one.
You didn't have cameras or anything?
Right. I've ordered a malfunctioning beast to go to sleep. That should prevent any unfortunate mishaps.
Yeah, it's all fixed.
I suggest we make our way back to Gridania.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, just turn it off. Yeah, it's fine now. Good job, Sid. Good job. Set the batteries out.
Omega destroyed the cocoon.
What does that mean?
Nemo's spell is fading. It was bound to his ether, you see. And if the connection is broken...
Were they, like, magically bonded? Like promise rings? I'm not sure why we lost contact with Omega, but I'll find out. Let's be on our way. One moment everything was functioning perfectly and the next it wasn't. Makes no sense. We need to see what happened for ourselves, and soon. Words can ill express how glad I am to see you all unharmed. When Omega came hurtling towards the cocoon, everything dissolved into chaos. I have to see it. I have to see it with my own eyes. Nita, wait. We must first... The Elder Seed Seer is expecting us. There's so much noise. Oh, really, Toph? That's crazy, man. I bet it's weird. Worry not, Alphino. The Setsu and I will watch over her. You may safely attend your meeting. My thanks again, Yugiri. The council reconvened a short while ago. Let us make haste for the Lotus stand. All there are eager to hear your testimony. I don't know what happened. Are you fucking kidding me? My testimony? I wasn't even there, bro. What are you talking about? What happened? I don't know. We turned it on, and then we turned it off again afterwards. I don't know what happened, though. Like, what the fuck? My testimony? You're hard trolling. What did I didn't. Eda did it. Don't look at me. Talk to me. Oh, she's run off. Okay. Sure. Like, Nero or Sid know more than I do about it. From what I could tell, we have no idea what happened out there. We were just waiting for it to, like, say it won or something. Honestly, it was a shit plan that I didn't want to do in the first place. Oh. My friends, full eagerly have we awaited your return. Few indeed could have discharged the duty entrusted to you. You must and most humbly do we thank you for seeing it done. You're too kind, Elsesia. As I recall, we as good as demanded the right to try, but tell me, what happened? We succeeded in waking Omega, aye, but we lost contact with the weapon shortly after it launched. From our position in the control room, we were blind to anything that actually happened. For all I know, it literally killed everybody on the planet. What words could do justice to such a scene? None of my choosing, that much is certain. But I can give you the facts. The cocoon hatched as much as Omega arrived, and from its mist rose a great dragon. The pair duly set about each other in the skies over Gaia Urbania. The primals might defy belief. It seemed the very heavens would rent asunder by the force of its blows.
and it wielded such magics as I have never seen, and hope to never see again. The battle raged on with no end in sight until both combatants were engulfed in a blinding flash of light. When the radiance faded, I saw the pair fall motionless from the sky, coming to rest somewhere on Alamegan's soil. I will not speak for the rest, but to my eye it seemed that each had landed a fatal blow upon another. While most among us could think only of Bahamut when looking upon the primal's form, the Domans were heard to whisper the name Shinryu. It would appear that the being resembles a creature of Far Eastern legend, and we have found it convenient to refer to it as such. The Shinryu's fate, and indeed that of Omega, is yet unknown. We have, alas, no eyes on the Garabanian side of the border. Aye, which is why we have sent our main force under the command of Marshal Terrapin to capture the wall. With the Imperials in disarray, we have the perfect opportunity to secure Gridania's border and assess the aftermath of the impact. I myself will join the Marshal and his men when the Council is adjourned. Well, that explains a few things. I'll wager the flash of light coincided with our loss of contact. Lest you wonder, we quickly re-engaged Omega's stasis systems, so even if it has fallen to the Empire's lap, it will be of no use for them, save perhaps as a statue. Correct. Without me to guide their efforts, it would have taken them decades to decipher Omega's core functions, if they managed at all. Such reassurances do much to calm our fears, yet the relic's fate is but one of several concerns. Indeed. I humbly submit that the time has come for us to make contact with the Resistance representatives in Garabania. Though Ilberd has forced our hand, it would seem only logical to seek an alliance, given the inevitability of Imperial retaliation, and by working in concert, it is not impossible that Alamigo might finally be wrested from Garlemald's grasp.
So... we're happy? We're good?
You must be exhausted. I would ordinarily suggest that we retire directly to the Rising Stones, but I wonder if first we might make a small detour. Vistula and the others have gathered at Amarasai's spire, and I imagine that you too would be interested to see what has become of the wall now the cocoon has gone. It is decided then. Lead on.
I mean, what? I mean, I'm just happy we didn't poison the land for 10,000 years. I'm gonna chalk that up as a win. I'm gonna put that up as a win on the board, right? I think that's a fair shout. Clism, thank you very much for the prime, man. Thank you very much, dude. Let's, oh, do we need to go downstairs? Whee! Okay. Yeah, that didn't irradiate the planet.
My friends, I cannot well express how glad I am to see you both unharmed. They say that Omega's clash with the Primal shook the very firmament.
Go on.
You need not have worried. The battle took place far above the ground. We were able to observe in relative safety, though I'm given to understand that there were casualties on the far side of the wall.
Garlemald, though.
It was like watching a nightmare unfold before our very eyes. Ilberd's primal manifested in the form of a colossal dragon, a being of pure violence. It burst forth from the cocoon with such terrible force.
That such a horror should spring from the eyes of Nidhogg comes as no surprise. Nor do I wonder at its form. Ilberd all but announced it in the moments prior to his death. Plainly, it was his dying wish to visit a second calamity upon the Empire.
That guy went so off the rails.
And I am quite certain the abomination would have obliged had it not found itself outmatched by Omega. Gods! I am no stranger to the works of Alag, but even I was unprepared for the machine's furiosity. It beggared belief.
And how fares poor Ida in the midst of all this? Have you spoken with her?
Yeah, she talks about Papalimo a lot, bro.
She's up on the platform, lost in thought. We deemed it best not to disturb her, but mayhap she would welcome some company after all. Shall we?
So no irradiation at all, then? Just some dead Imperials.
The light's gone. It was all we had left of him.
Oh.
Ida.
I don't blame anyone. I knew what was going to happen. I knew the spell Papalimo meant to cast would drain away his life force. I knew that it would only buy us a little time.
Ida, there is no need to explain.
But there is. I can't hide in Papalimo's little shadow anymore, and I shouldn't hide behind my sister's mask. 20 years ago, on the day the Empire marched into Alamigo, I was still just a child, not even 5 summers old. My father had been one of the leaders of the revolution. He had fought to overthrow the Mad King, Theodoric. And my sister had fought alongside him. But she was strong and kind, and always knew what to do. But when the Garleans came, everything changed. My father went to war against them too, and I never saw him again. After that, I remember a lot of running. My sister dragged me for malms and malms until we came to the city of Charlian. That was where she met Master Louis Soir. He introduced her to the Circle of Knowing, and she eventually became an Archon.
She was your inspiration. Is that not why you took up her mask and her name? Or did you simply mean to continue what she had started?
You've known all along, haven't you? That I wasn't Ida.
Of course. We all recognized you at once. 'Twas Papalimo who persuaded us to maintain the charade.
Why?
It was silly to think I could fool you. I knew that even then, but I sort of decided not to know.
Fucking trust issues in this game, man.
Ida died 6 years ago, on a mission to smuggle refugees out of Alamigo. They say she was overwhelmed by Imperial soldiers when she stayed behind to save a little girl. She was so strong. There must have been a lot of them.
Does Ida have any training then? Like, her sister was cool. She got a license?
I'm sorry for lying to you. My real name is Lise.
Lice?
When
Lice?
Papalimo brought me Ida's mask, it was meant as a keepsake, but I decided I wanted to be his new partner, to keep alive all the good that she had done.
Nice.
I didn't want to become Ida, exactly. At the time, though, I still didn't know who I was myself, and it almost seemed easier to play the role. Papalimo agreed to help, of course, but it was never what he wanted for me. He wanted me to walk my own path, and those were his final words to me.
What about the mark? Explain the mark.
The Archon's mark he gave me is faded, and my last excuse along with it.
Oh, it was a mark that signifies you're an Archon, but it was a scamaz, an illusion projected by Papalimo. Gotcha.
So this is it. Whatever I choose to do from now on, I do as Lys. And I choose to continue my family's fight. I want Alamigo to be the country that Ida and my father always wanted it to be.
Are you leaving the team?
War is upon us once more.
Do you regret standing against the Empire? Would you have chosen a different road, knowing what you know now?
To claim that I never doubted the decision would be a lie. But I made my choice, and I have defended it with blade in hand ever since.
The battle continues, and our steel is needed. Come, Shadow Walker, we leave for the east, for Doma.
Yugiri's leaving? It's just gonna be the Scion of the Seventh Dawn at the end of this. It's just gonna be Alfie sat in his fucking big chair. It was brave of Lys to remove her mask after so long. Though she has scarce begun to come to terms with Papalimo's loss, that one act made plain her determination to move forward. And should she ever falter, we shall be there to support her on this road she has resolved to walk. Sure. Let us return to the Rising Stones. We have quite a story to tell Tataru and my sister. We're getting really good at supporting lying bastards in the Scions. Oh shit, that was the end? Oh my god. Well, that is more of a conclusive conclusion than A Realm Reborn by a long way. That was so different than what I expected to be for the ending. Wow. And that's where your free trial ends if you're playing on the free trial. So, I have still not completed Heavensward, because there's still a shitload of stuff for me to do, but I can say that for me, it was 244 hours to reach the end of the story. According to Steam, so there'll obviously be some padding in there somewhere when I've left it running after a stream or something like that, but for me, it stands at 244 hours, and I still have not finished Heavensward. Yes, like we did with A Realm Reborn. Do we want to do the quest to get to the new area? Oh, we should check the trailer, I suppose. You're right. Yeah, we should. Yeah, I wonder what Stormblood's got to be focused on war then. That worries me a little bit. I'm not going to lie, because obviously that brings up emotions of certain other games that have tried to do war. And, you know, I'm talking about Guild Wars 2, dumbasses. Should we watch the trailer in game from the main menu? Finish the quest. Okay, I will bow to you guys experiencing this. You may have mentioned, but Alphino has surprised me of all that came to pass in Gridania. Your only task now is to rest. This is the calm before the storm. Lys has chosen her path. And as her friends, we must do what we can to support that choice. What path has she chosen? We're making a big deal about this. Not to pretend to be someone else? We are fated to join the conflict in any case. Once the Alliance has taken the wall and opened the way to Garabania, we will have little choice but to fight. Which is not to say the cause is unworthy. After all, ignoring the plight of those whom one might conceivably save is not wisdom, but indolence. Correct? I, for one, look forward to joining hands with the Alamegans and striking a blow against the tyranny of the Empire. As I rather suspect, do you? Genocide. Quick march! The Imperials will soon come to their senses and we must be ready to face their retribution. Oh, it's Pappy. It's almost time, Father.
Aye, almost. Stand firm, Pippin.
I learned to brace myself against the charge of the Bull of Alamigo. No foe will dislodge me.
Very well, little bird. I will take our homeland back. For both of us.
You've been roped in, pal. Meanwhile...
My Lord Viceroy, our scouts have confirmed the preliminary reports. Baelsar's wall has fallen to the Eorzean Alliance. The hunt for Omega and the unknown icon continues, though both yet elude us. My lord, their battle caused considerable damage across the region. Should we perchance divert some of our forces from the search to undertake necessary reconstruction work? You awake, my lord? Forgive me, my lord. I did not... Your will be done. Unknown. My spies tell me the Domans call it Shinryu, and that it proved a match for Omega. Yes. The coming days promise to be most interesting. Most interesting.
Can't be comfortable in there, right? Is it like a still suit?
The far edge of fate, the road begins anew. The heroes look to eastern skies, behold their crusade. A dawn of liberation, a gathering storm of blood.
Oh. Roll trailer. Okay. Zagala we go, eh? I know that's Lise, but I don't know who that is. Oh, it's supposed to be you, okay. After the Warriors of Darkness died. I wondered if they use that again. Interesting start. There it is. Nope. Underwater levels? Okay, that's going to be interesting. Okay. Overkill. That didn't excite me. Besides the water thing. That didn't excite me. I felt like I just watched the Mists of Pandaria trailer. I was like, alright. Yeah, I'm sorry. That didn't excite me at all. Worst trailer? Yeah, I think it was a little just too focused on the new classes, which I'm sure if I was playing at the time, I would have been so excited by. Don't get me wrong. I probably would have been very excited by that, but yeah, that didn't get me. Aw, I feel a little disappointed. I've never seen it before. That was the first time. I haven't watched anything, as you guys are well aware. I have no idea what's coming next, but Buy boost, skip extension. Quitting? No, I'm not quitting, because it didn't reveal anything about what's actually... I can't watch this, though. Okay. Guess we'll see when he gets there. Is it worth doing the next quest, or should we leave the story there? It was worth doing the first Heavensward quest. The epilogue quest? Yeah, okay. Alright. I know if I would have been around at the time, I probably would have been excited by that, but that's not... that didn't get me. One more quest to finish Heavensward. Yeah, okay. I just don't want anybody to be upset because I wasn't like smiling all the way through it or anything. Like, oh, yeah. I'll always be honest. That didn't grab me. Okay. Let's see what Alfie's got to say. Beyond the Great Wall. Alphino is a man with a great deal on his mind. New voice actors? Oh, there's all sorts of stuff here.
The question is, how will the Empire respond to the disappearance of Omega and the Primal?
That's the same.
Oh, I didn't see you there. Forgive me. Word from Baelsar's wall is proving long in the coming, and my mind cannot help but stray to grim places.
Alphino, a message from the Alliance.
It's about time. Pray summon the others at once.
Yes, sir.
General Uldin reports that his forces have secured the breach in Baelsar's wall.
And what of the Primal and Omega?
There is still no sign of either at this time. He writes that they will begin a more thorough investigation shortly. And, as expected, he wishes to petition the aid of the Scions of the Seventh Dawn.
As expected.
The Alliance's decision to capture a part of Baelsar's wall is open to interpretation.
The wall serves to demarcate Imperial territory, Alamigo included, from the rest of Eorzea. To an observer, the Alliance's actions could be seen as a prelude to invasion.
They're going to change Lisa's outfit.
And the Alliance leaders have no
Solo
wish to be
res.
branded invaders.
You're saying they won't fight for Alamigo? Even after everything that's happened?
Not without the consent of her people, no. Make no mistake, Lise. The Alliance is in complete agreement that the Empire must be purged from Eorzea.
We didn't
However,
start
they will
the
not
fire.
set foot in Gyr Abania until they have formally secured the consent and cooperation of the Alamigan opposition.
They would have us act as intermediaries.
Precisely. The Scions are uniquely qualified to serve in this capacity. That is to say, Lise's, given her personal connection to the Resistance. Who better than you to broker an agreement between the Alliance and the people of Alamigo? Assuming you are willing, of course.
Of course I am. You know I'd like nothing more.
As for who should accompany you on said diplomatic mission, I had a mind to volunteer myself.
Well, that covers the talking part. But you just know there'll be trouble along the way. Are you available?
Sure.
Thanks. It means a lot knowing you'll be there.
I too shall accompany you. Such endeavors are seldom hampered by a surfeit of healers.
Good point. Allow me to offer my services as well.
I have spent quite enough time here of late, so I'll be coming. But we will need someone to keep an eye on things.
Wonder who that'll be.
I trust you have no objections?
No,
Not
my
him.
lady. Gladly shall I continue to serve as caretaker of the Waking Sands, and there keep watch for signs of primal and Ascian activity both.
As capable as my learned friend undoubtedly is, there are some troubles that may prove too much for a single scion, on account of which I mean to stay.
It is settled then. Let us each see to our preparations.
Big nodders. Oh, new sound.
Ready, my friend? Well then, Tataru, I leave the rising stones in your capable hands.
Don't worry, Alphino. I'll see that the place is still standing when you come back.
Fucking sex party she has when we leave on a mission.
Mistress Y'shtola has unfolded all. You are bound for Girabania?
Aye. The Alliance would have us make contact
Oh
with
yeah,
the
her
Omega
voice actor
resistance as
died,
soon as
didn't she?
possible.
Is that right?
It begins then. As soon it shall in Doma, if the gods are good.
Yeah.
'Tis but a pity it must be now. I am sorry that we shall not be present to fight beside you in the battles to come.
You have stood with us countless times, Lady Yugiri. Pray do not apologize.
Then let us thank you instead. You and yours stood with us from the first, when we came to this land as refugees in search of sanctuary. Loath am I to think what might have become of my people, had you not extended to us the hand of friendship. We will never forget. This I solemnly swear.
Well, I'm sure our paths will cross again.
Much has changed since first you set foot on these shores. Revenant's Toll stands as a testament to that. I'm sure your people will manage in your absence.
Indeed. They have built a new home for themselves and no longer need me to shepherd them. The time has come for Kozetsu and I to return to our master, to our home.
I know how you feel. It's time I went home too.
Though our battlefields be 1,000 mounds apart, our purpose is one. Let all men hearken to the clarion call of freedom, of liberation, from Eorzea to the far east, that they may rise up and cast down the curse of Garlemald.
Take care, you hear me? When all of this is over, we're going to celebrate, together. Just you wait.
Sure.
I should like that very much.
We've had many
Fare you
successful
well.
parties. I can think of a grand total of 0. I've only eaten once in 4 years, and even that was disturbed by someone else. I just live on a diet of boiled eggs. A 1,000 miles apart, yet united in purpose. Let us pray both our endeavours meet with success. Shall we then?
Wait, not just yet. I knew I'd forgotten something important, Lise. Come with me.
Here it is. The napkin. The two expansions. The napkin says goodbye. Hey, what now? Alright then, if you insist. Son of a bitch. Oh my god. Whatever. What do you guys think?
As you can see, I designed it to be light and loose. An outfit tailor-made for a skilled fighter.
Your work never ceases to impress. Much more of this, and I may have to stop introducing you as the Scion's receptionist and start referring to you as our preeminent seamstress. It's lovely, Tattoo, thank you. I feel like I could take on a legion. Really? Now you feel well protected. Okay.
I'm glad you like it, and with that, I'll delay you no longer. Safe travels. My pie's ready.
And onward. Gairabania. Our first stop will be at Amaris' Spire in the East Shroud. Where are we going to? To tag our first Aetheryte, I suppose? Like we did with Heavensward? I'll be back, Alice. Don't worry. I'll be back. Alright, we got the whole squadron here. Excellent. All are present and accounted for. When you are ready, my friend, pray, inform the officer that we wish to proceed into Gairabania.
Ah, the signs of the Seventh Dawn. We were told to expect you. Shall I summon someone to escort you to the wall?
Yes. Cutscene hypers? They came?
I remember crossing the border, standing in Gairabania once more. Me and my fellow Scions, the warrior of light among us. Behind us, Baelsar's wall cutting the land in two. Freedom on one side, tyranny on the other. Tyranny.
What blasted through that mountain?
Of a new beginning. But one that could only be bought with flames and blood.
That's a big laser. Whatever did that? Ooh boy. It didn't go into the ground. Well, maybe it did. Maybe there's a chasm where that waterfall is. What the fuck? How do you walk again? I can never remember what auto walk is. Jesus Christ, that fills the sky. Thank you. What a huggers. What do you guys think of the players who aren't aware of the stream? Think of when they see this. Oh my god, it's still loading everyone in. Jesus Christ. That is a sight to behold, man. Thank you so much. You always get it so arranged so perfectly. You saw it once and thought it was a weird ritual? Well... But there's a tune. Touchdown, ladies and gentlemen. We have touchdown. Yep. We have touchdown. I have to say though, without a shadow of a doubt, Heavensward was the best, was the best RPG MMO story I've ever played, ever. Like, the whole way through. The whole way through. Like, without a doubt, it is worthy of every single ounce or once of praise that game expansion gets. And I haven't even finished it yet, so I can only talk about the story. That's why I'm not talking about the raids and things. I haven't done them properly yet, but... It was, that was an experience worthy of anybody. I actually genuinely do feel bad for anybody who skipped over it. Well, I know some people just hate story in general and just want to get on with it, but... That feels like such a waste to skip out on that. And pass it by. 100%, right? Critically acclaimed! And it's free! Which is like I said, it is free. You get it now? I got it in A Realm Reborn. Don't get me wrong, I got it in A Realm Reborn, but Heavensward took it to another level entirely. It took it absolutely to another level. Heavensward could easily be a standalone RPG game and still be rated as one of the best RPGs of all time. If they could easily do that. Yeah, for sure. It could totally be. It would not be even in doubt. Yes, wait till here. It gets better, I know. Wait till this. Wait till that. I'll see it. We'll get there for sure. Well, we're going to get there. But our next plan, of course, in Final Fantasy is actually to complete Heavensward. We still haven't done the Alliance raids. We've got we've got the extremes to do. We've got the savages to do. There's still plenty left for us before we actually begin Stormblood. Until that day. Yep. But before that will be Pokemon. We will take a slight break and enjoying Pokemon Diamond, which has just come out. We'll be having a blast in that. It's time for me to say goodbye for today. I have a couple of hours to get some stuff done before we have drama time, and I'm going out tonight. Have I seen the trailer for FF16? Nope. I don't want any information like that, honestly. I don't want any of that information. I want to remain as blind as I can possibly be. Because I find that the most enjoyable. I find that absolutely the most fun. I want to remain as ignorant as possible of stuff that's out there. I have no interest in being spoiled. Or knowing what's going to happen. Yeah. A standalone game? Yeah, but there's references to other games and stuff in there. And again, it's not... For me, it's just not worth it right now. We're enjoying 14. Right? We're enjoying 14. And that's enough for me right now. More than enough for me. My favourite character so far? Oh, that's hard to say, because they're all really, really good. That's not a cast-off. There's very few characters I dislike. I would honestly, I would answer that question like this. The care and attention to detail. There's actually a video coming out on this tonight on YouTube. I spoke about this yesterday, so it'd be a little bit repetitive if you watch the YouTube channel. But the sheer care and attention to detail that they took with the final payoff of Emmerich and her Elsfagar is beyond commendable. Like, beyond commendable. They let those characters breathe. They gave them space. They gave them all enough points in their journey to give a shit about those characters, to have the ultimate payoff of them connecting at the end. Like, that Heavensward builds to that point, for the most part, of Emmerich and Heralsfagar's conversation. That's the turning point. That's the penultimate. But to get there and to give it the weight it needed, Emmerich needed so many different twists and turns. And you needed, like, 50 characters to get them to that point. Who were all very good characters, who needed their own development in order to push on and make the importance of Emmerich's story better. And to make the importance of Heralsfagar's story better. So to use all those 50 characters and make them all integral and meaningful was just a pleasure to experience. An absolute pleasure to experience. So I don't particularly have a favorite character or anything like that. Like, they all have merit. I'm waiting for some characters like Lys to show value and to have their development. I'm still kind of waiting for that for Thancred. I know everybody loves Thancred, but so far still hasn't done much other than protect Alisei on one time. So I'm still kind of waiting for that character to show something that's worthy of your guys' overwhelming adoration of Thancred. And hopefully it's not just overwhelming adoration because he likes pussy, right? Hopefully there's a little bit more to it than that. I just hope it has a little bit more depth than that at some point. He's been revamped, so I would like to see that. Like, Nero's character is very cool, is that he plays that drop-in, drop-out villain super, super well, because you just know that guy is up to everything. Like I said, I like every character, really. I would like to see Matoya again. I think that was a really cool character. Still haven't seen Edda again. I want to see the conclusion to the Edda thing that was set up in A Realm Reborn. Maybe it's still in Heavensward and I haven't got to there yet. I would have said I didn't particularly enjoy Papalymo. He was okay, but he's gone, so whatever. You know, things like that. If you could have just said Ishtola, people would have been okay with it. No, I mean, I want to give a real answer. I also think if you just go, oh, Ishtola or whatever, it doesn't matter. We'll see. We'll see. Yeah, he sacrificed himself. Yeah, I mean, as a character, not that he's one heroic act, right? I think I actually hold FF14's story in higher regard than giving people a singular heroic act and expecting me to give a shit. That's why I was a little like with I forget his name. The Imperial. I want to say Gaius von Belsar, but him being a complete piece of shit throughout the entire expansion. But you know, he saved. He sacrificed himself, so he's okay now. Yeah, regular. Like, no. Guy's a fucking dickhead. Like, he may have done one thing, but he didn't do it out of good purpose. He did it to serve the Emperor, and maybe the Emperor will use your Echo to kill everybody and enslave the entire population. That's why he did it. That doesn't make him heroic. He's a fucking asshole. He's a total piece of shit. He did it in the hopes that one day the Empire would enslave all you dickheads. Like, fuck you guys. He wasn't a dickhead? What are you talking about? What do you mean? Look at their goals. Look what they're up to. Yes, dickhead. Absolute dickhead. It's not just on the other team. Not to say our characters are exactly shining beacons of hope and joy. I mean, we've committed mass genocide. He wasn't a dickhead. Yeah, he's just misunderstood. No, we understand his motives pretty well, actually. His motives are pretty set in stone. Garlemald did nothing wrong. Following orders fully, but not a dickhead. I mean, he was beyond following orders. That was made pretty clear that he had love. He had pure love for his Emperor and his goal. In my opinion. Not in my opinion. That's actually just written into the story. Glory be to Garlemald. Oh, the Garlemald sympathizers are here. Oh, God. Better watch what I say. But we will be heading to Stormblood as soon. Pretty soon we'll be stepping into this. Yep, pretty soon we will be heading there. Alright, I'm going. I've got some things to do. I'll be back at around 4 PM. Well, 3:45 for drama time. I'll see you then. But for now, goodbye. And we'll be back to finish all the stuff in Heavensward very, very soon. Very soon. Be good, guys. I'll see you again. Pokemon all announced on Twitter will be starting either tomorrow or Monday. Give people a chance to play through it and enjoy it before I get in there and, you know, do my stuff in there. See you in a bit.